That's me, paring Ray. What's up, LJ? JR, June, Ibrahim Side, welcome to the stream. Chat, we're streaming later and later. I don't want this trend. I don't want where this is going, man. No. Napapalate ng napapalate yung stream. It cannot be. It cannot be, or else we'll end up streaming till 1 a.m. When will Avengers be showing, SWG? Avengers Encore. Don't worry about it, paring Ray. Well, for one thing, chat, I'm not sure if you've seen it already, but if you've seen our post for today on URC, we are going to be giving away 3 raffle bags worth of URC sa ating magiging winners on Sunday. So go. Wait, let me show you what I mean. So you may not see it, or you may have not noticed it yet, but it's right here behind me. Let me show you right now, chat. Wait. Here. 3 bags. 3 bags from URC full of URC stuff na ipamimigay natin to 3 people on Sunday on our hangout. Okay, so be there, chat. We'll have raffles. We will have games. There's gonna be a mini program, and we're gonna meet each other. So yeah, Sunday, okay? Pepsi sponsor? Nah. For this one, that's a PR kit. It's seeded, so no money there, chat. Don't get me wrong. That's just for me to post. We're not sponsored. This is, it's not even for me to post. It's a PR kit. It just looks like it's a thing, but it's a PR kit, chat. Wala lang. We'll look at that in a bit. May laman yan sa loob. Just wanna briefly talk about it as well. Pepsi 349. Is that yung ba yung conspiracy? Yung ba yung event? Oh, no, I don't think I can talk about that. But yeah, yan yung event, diba? Nung parang 90s or early 2000s. Don't worry, chat. I told you, okay? When I make it, when I become rich, there will be signs. Okay? And again, the first sign will be this one. So it doesn't look as bad because we have good lighting here. But ito ang lalagyan ng earphones natin. The earphones I'm wearing right now, there will be signs. When I get rich, chat, hindi na ito yung magiging lalagyan ng earphones natin. Yes, okay. I'm familiar then. Yeah. Yeah, so in that case, yes, I know what that event is. Yun yung diba, yung Tansan. Tas sobrang daming panalo. Yo, Yato Gummy, I will tell you what my setup is, but you have to come over here sa YouTube. Alika dito. CI Benipayo yung username ko. Man, JR, how about you, Ephemeros? Can you make it on Sunday? Okay, so let me bring it up, chat, so we can begin the stream ASAP. But on Sunday, chat, we will be having our Benny Fam Hangout over at Local in Eastwood. Okay? This is supposed to be our second quarter hangout. And it's already the third quarter. Tama ba? Yeah, it's already the third quarter. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, third quarter na. Second quarter hangout dapat to. Na-move na siya ng na-move. I think this was originally scheduled for May. Got moved. Rainy season got moved again. And so, before you know it, third quarter hangout na. Rather, our anniversary. But if you can make it on Sunday, please be there. We are gonna have a fun day, just chilling and having some drinks. My bijoke, food and drinks, challenges, and of course the raffle that I mentioned earlier. The sign-up sheet is in our Discord. Nasa major announcements siya. You can also find it in the main GC. It's a simple Google form so that our Benifam engagement team can keep track of the people going. And there's no pressure to sign up just yet. We'll leave the forms open up until the day itself, just in case you're a little unsure or of your plans for the weekend. Okay? Hi, GDT. Yun nga pre-anib hangout na siya kasi ang anib natin every September eh. How strained you are. Yo, come on, Chad. This doesn't happen often. Oh, I mean, if you want to go, no pressure if you don't want to. Totally understand naman. 140 on... I feel like this is gonna be on the squat. 140 on the squat. That's 3 plates aside, right? Lightweight. Kayang-kaya yan, Ephemeros. Sobrang pogi no? Sobrang pogi mag-squat ng 3 plates. My gosh. Those were the days, chat. Those were the days I'd be squatting that heavy. These days, I'm okay. I'm okay just being a normal lifter. Malayo ako kay SWG Romeo. SWG is still north, right? Fairview area. Dahil sa SM Fairview. What's up, Bien? Long time no see. What's 2 reds? 2 reps. Yeah, pero malayo ako sa SM Fairview. I'm about a good 40 minutes away. 50 to an hour with traffic. 2 reds, 1 green. Like 2 red plates? 2 red plates will be 50. 1 green plate will be 10. Yeah, okay. Gets. Grabe, pag nagbubuhat, naka-Eleiko plates. Well, happy could still find some time tonight, Bien. Okay, so yeah, chat. Sunday, we will have our meetup, so I hope you could be there. Again, we are going to be giving away raffle prizes right here behind me. Let's take a look at them. No. Better here, actually. Better here. I'll just show you, okay? I will just show you. So if you look at our stories, chat... boom, there you go. So, for Benifam, 3 prizes yan. Each bag contains Payless Pancit Canton, 4 na ganun. It will also have Presto, Cremo, and 1 box, 1 liter of Vitasoy Plus. So, come on, man. You gotta be there. This is, food good for 2 days. Or 3. Depending on how much pancit canton you eat in a day. But it should be fun. And we allotted a portion of our URC haul for Benifam. Don't worry though, none of these got wasted. Actually, I am actively eating my share for the rest, chat, na ipamigay ko siya to our condo staff. And then a good number of this also for my household. No entry. How much entry? Oh, Alfie, you mean on Sunday? Are you going, Alfie? Okay, other than that, chat, please give our post a like, a comment, a repost, share, a save. Our URC post is just got up across different platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Engage with the post and hopefully URC sends us more pancit canton. Okay? Okay. Show some love, chat. Show some love. I really enjoyed this collaboration with them, and hopefully, we get some more of that. Alfie, join our Discord for more details. Everything is on there. Everything is in the Google form. Okay. What else we want to talk about before we start everything? Okay, I also want to let you know, chat, that we have an early stream tomorrow. Interestingly enough, na-invite tayo to a Uniqlo event tomorrow in the evening. I was given a choice between 4, 6, or 8 p.m. And I really wanted to do an earlier event attendance. I wanted to do a 1 p.m. attendance. However, hindi available yung 1 p.m. 4 p.m., I am gonna be cooked in traffic. Sobrang lala ng traffic lately. 6 p.m. the same. So I just chose 8 p.m. as a safe time to go to the event nang wala na gaanong traffic. So tomorrow's stream will be in the afternoon. Our stream will start at around 4 p.m. Okay? So 4 p.m. ang stream natin bukas just so we can end the stream right before I have to leave for Uniqlo's for the event. I am not a fashion influencer. I am far from it. I just feel like I'm happy to be there as somebody who's been wearing Uniqlo for quite some time already, chat. You already know. Okay, anything else? Okay, let's do the Pepsi one. So, chat, Pepsi sent this thing. I may have mentioned it already when I attended their event, yung Pepsi Extra Fizz. It's their newest product. It's basically Pepsi with more carbonation inside. I would say sobrang sarap niyang ibagay with meals. On its own, it might not be what I would consider to be refreshing. Kasi, I don't know. It's good with meals because the extra carbonation will make you burp, kind of, right? And so, if napapa-burp ka, sarap when you're eating it with food. You get all the air out. Extra Fizz with an F, okay? Will I wear HLA at the Uniqlo event? No. I cannot. Pwede, bien, pang mo. Actually, ideal talaga siya with meals, no? What's my batch in Ateneo? I look familiar. I graduated 2020. Why is there a song like this? Teka. Naka-repeat ba tong kantang to? Oh my God, I'm sorry, chat. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check out the Pepsi Extra Fizz. It's a really cool PR kit. And the thing with Gastro PR is that they always send the best PR kits. Walang kapalit. Their message literally goes, hey Carlos, gusto mo ba ng Pepsi PR kit? Sobrang solid ng Pepsi products, ng new Pepsi products ngayon. But hey, if you wanna post, post. If you don't wanna post, don't post. The thing is though, when you have PR kits as nice as this, you're just gonna wanna post it, right? So let me show you what I mean. Yeah, bago siya. Chat, look at this. It lights up. Okay, it lights up. I'm not sure kung makikita lang sa camera. But let me turn on the light here on the side. There's a switch here. There you go. You see it? You see it? The light at the bottom? Kita nyo may ilaw dyan sa ilalim? Bruh. What the heck, right? What the heck? Sobrang all out ng Pepsi. Or at least ng Castro PR. So let me go grab it. Give you guys a closer look. Okay, so there is a card here. May card dito sa taas. It says, hey Carlos, this generation is all about being extra. Well, sorry na kaming mga Gen Z. Extra talaga kami minsan eh. It's more than just a vibe. It's how we show up, express ourselves, and make everyday moments bolder and unforgettable. So why not choose a drink that matches that energy? One that not only keeps up with your extra personality, but brings the extra fizz to every sip to make mealtimes extra sarap and extra exciting. Say hello to the all-new Pepsi Extra Fizz, the iconic Pepsi we know and love, now reintroducing itself with a richer, bolder taste and an even fizzier kick. Made to level up mealtime moments with friends to make it extra exciting and #extra sarap. It's time to turn up the extra with your new favorite mealtime partner. Grab your friends, #go extra, and let Pepsi Extra Fizz bring that extra sparkle to your every bonding moments. Oh my gosh, they have a typo here. Bago to from Castro PR. Bring that extra sparkle to your every bonding moments. I feel like it should have been every day. Bring that extra sparkle to your everyday bonding moments, or to every bonding moment. I don't know, my typo there somewhere. Stay extra, Pepsi. So again, Pepsi Philippines through Castro PR. And then it says, unbox the fizz. Discover the Pepsi Extra Fizz Dance Challenge. Dance Challenge? What? Okay, and then we open it. Again, gosh, look at the craftsmanship here. By the way, hiningi na ni Zach itong ref na to. And then you open it. Boom! What the heck? Meron pang music. Meron pang music dito. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but there's a bit of a sound here sa gilid. Anyway, what's inside this? We have a lot of things inside this. We of course have the products. We have the Pepsi Extra Fizz. We have 10 bottles of this. Boom. Pepsi Extra Fizz. 10 of this. It is basically a Pepsi, chat. 200, 500 ml. The calories aren't going to be different. I feel like it's just a regular soda. I feel like the flavor is going to be the same. It's really the sensation, right? Or the texture, if any, ng carbonated beverage that's gone a little bit extra. We have a hat, a Pepsi hat. Pepsi hat. We have a shirt, a Pepsi Extra. Yo, what the heck? Ganda no shirt, Yo, not bad. Look at the shirt, chat. Not bad at all. Look at that. Look at that. May ano pa dito, may like there it's two colors. They could have easily just gone with like a lame blue color, but then they went with blue and then whites. Not bad. Okay. And then we Yo, my shorts din sila. What the heck? Yo, may pa-shorts din sila. What? Okay. And then we have an eco bag. Yung eco bag ang ganda. Look at that. Wow, the Pepsi eco bag is really nice. Chat, one membership. We're gonna wear the entire fit. One membership will wear the shorts, the shirt, the hat, and the bag. Just let me know. This is a pretty nice eco bag. Oo nga, OOTD nga talaga eh. We'll wear it on stream right now. Just drop the membership and we'll go. Oh my gosh. Ang kapal nung tela nito. Meron pang inside pocket. Wear the ref. Yeah, I can carry the ref too. Should be fun. And then inside here, 10 Pepsi Extra Fizz. And then a bunch of fake ice. Or should I say it's real ice? You know. Oh, let me give you a closer look, chat. Here's a closer look. Okay. Time to put it down. Yeah, so let's make it sideways para hindi naman nakalagay Pepsi the entire time. It's a very interesting drink. I've tried it already, and it's true to what it says. It's the same Pepsi that we all know and love, just extra. So take that as you will. Try it out. I believe they're already available nationwide and everywhere. Salamat, Paolo. And then again, now that I'm not carrying the ref, I can give you a better look of everything they sent. It smells like freshly made clothes. Talagang galing ano to. Kalalabas lang ng pabrika. Again, the shirt. Nice shirt here from Pepsi. Really dig this double, this, I don't even know what you call it, but the two-tone color of the shirt. The shorts with the, I didn't see this earlier, but if you could look here, chat, it's also branded with Pepsi. Okay, and then the last one, the hat. The Pepsi hat. Sobrang extra. Yeah, it is extra. I think that's exactly what they wanted to do with this. And then the eco bag. The eco bag's nice. And you know, I'll be honest, at this point, ang dami ko ng eco bag, chat na ganito. So I'm gonna see what I can do about it. I'm certain that someone is gonna need an eco bag. Someone in my family. Okay, so we'll all put that aside. And again, chat, if you want us to wear the entire outfit, I'm easy to convince. Just one membership. Suotin natin to lahat. Shirt, shorts, cap, and bag. And then sabi ni Levi, pati yung ref, suotin din daw natin. You know, like we can wear it proud like an accessory. Okay? Hi, Davi. Live natin. Basically, ano tayo? Kiko man, what's up? Ano bang ginagawa natin sa live natin? We talk for 3 hours. I don't know. Actually, Paolo, feeling ko ikaw dapat yung mag-member eh. Kasi, Paolo, it's a sign. At this point, after all these years of dropping by the stream, it's the sign. Now is the sign to become a member. Got it, SWG. Also, thank you for dropping by and rest well. Well deserved rest day. Putting this thing down muna. Okay. What is the Pepsi Man reference? Yes. Para Sunday, my energy na SWG. I am itching everywhere, chat. Pepsi Man? What's Pepsi Man? Oh, what? I didn't even know of Pepsi Man. What? Did you actually play this? Crazy, there was a Pepsi Man game. Talaga ba? Ano yung tsura ng gameplay nito? Like, they produced a Pepsi Man game? Endless Runner action game. Oh, that kind of game. Developed and published by KID for PlayStation. It was released in Japan on March 4, 1999. The game was made on a low budget, prompting the decision to make videos in between stages that show a man drinking Pepsi as they were cheap to produce. Yeah. A forefather to the runner games such as Temple Run and Sonic Adventure 2. My god, even Temple Run is an ancient game, yo. Is this still an active game till now? May Temple Run 2 na. I think I played Temple Run 2. Is there Temple Run 3? Wow. Okay, let's check out Pepsi Man. Now I'm curious, chat. What's Pepsi Man? Kinda sounds like Batman. Batman. $10 million views. Crazy. Yo, Vault, thank you for the sub. W Volt for the sub. Thank you, Volt. Okay, but how about the gameplay? Full game. Somebody finished the game in 48 minutes. Moist Critical finished the game. Let's go, Pepsi Man. Okay. So it's always supercut with the dude drinking Pepsi. Grabe no ang OG netong Pepsi look. They really did differentiate themselves from Coca-Cola, huh? In such a way that Pepsi always had this funkiness to it. Coca-Cola's always been like a classic, broader themes, less edgy, very positive tones yung Coca-Cola. Then Pepsi is just cool. Yun yung vibe nila, no?
Hey, let's start the game.
Machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people.
Yo, we've gone a long way, chat, pagdating sa video games. It's crazy, huh?
People gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi. And
The GTA 6 leaks too, if you've seen it. Sobrang layo na. Grabe rin talaga gaming, no?
What is it? They're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix it.
And then how do you speed up? You drink the Pepsi? There are 3 lives. 3 lives. Oh! What? He ducked under the truck. So I guess there was that feature already before. Checkpoint. What? Okay, so we have Moist Critical
The
Play.
title's not lying to you. I had a hankering for a Pepsi this morning, and the only thing that quenched that thirst was... Oh.
Wow. Yeah. I feel like ito talaga yung forefather. It's not that Temple Run did nothing new. I think what Temple Run was able to do was make the game enjoyable on a handheld device. They were able to translate it in that way. But definitely, yung DNA, yung structure ng game, jumping left, right, and then sliding, definitely that's not something Temple Run came up with. Obviously, galing to sa game na to. Interesting. Thank you for introducing Pepsi Man, chat. Was this game actually free? Or did was this game sold? What the year is this? 99? Was the Pepsi Man game sold? Officially sold. Did not sell well. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Despite its poor initial sales, the game eventually became a sought-after cult classic and commands high prices among retro collectors today. Yeah, I would think so too na may free demo. I mean, yeah, who would want to play a game na ganito, diba, all the way back then? Yeah, interesting, chat. Thank you for telling me about that. Okay, shall we begin with a couple of Reddit threads tonight? Okay, let's look at a couple of Reddit threads here. We can begin with something light, like a meme. Mogu Mogu. Kung sino man ang naglagay ng suka. I genuinely thought it was Mogu Mogu, chat. See, alam nyo, sobrang may mga big-time fans ng Mogu Mogu, ah. I'm not one of them. But I know people who live by Mogu Mogu. Sobrang love na love nila to. I'm not much of a Mogu Mogu fan. Anybody here a Mogu Mogu fan? Saying it more and more makes it sound weird. Mogu Mogu. Yeah, it's okay, Bills. Rem, I am talking to you. Everyone is talking to you. Rem, tinatawag ka namin. Rem. My ex. Oof. Let's not talk about those things, Levy. Mogu Mogu. Yeah. Anyway, more. Let's move on. Tripping to si Kuya, ah. What's this? Bruh, scam. I'm gonna rate this a 2. I'm not gonna lie. It's not so bad that it's a 1 because ganitong panahon napakahirap mag-book. So I'll give them that. But I'll give them a 2-star for scamming me, yo. Sasabihin may raincoat tapos biglang wala. Bruh. Yeah, basically, Levy. Yung rider yung may raincoat. May raincoat ako, sir. Ikaw wala. You know what? I do feel like it was an honest thing. Siguro concerned yung... Siguro akala nung rider. For whatever reason, the concern was about the rider. Kaya sinabi niya, okay lang, may raincoat naman. Which makes it even funnier because it was an honest mistake. Masyadong locked in. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Ephemeros. We can try again next time. Yeah, yun na nga actually. Hey, JP, ano yung camera ko? Alika dito sa YouTube. Sabihin ko sa'yo kung ano yung camera ko. Kailangan mo lang lumipat dito. That's my username on YouTube. Sad. Okay, what's this? Two-way negotiation is the title of the thread. Hi, unfortunately, your salary expectation is too high for the role. Would you be willing to lower it? Regards, hiring team. Hi, hiring team. Of course. Which responsibilities would you like to remove? Yo, that's good. Actually, if this is not fake, like if this is an actual meme, this is actually really good. Oo nga naman. Pwede, di ba? Pwede. Like, know your price, chat. Especially when it comes to corporate. Agree. If you're a professional and know your worth, then this is the way. Like I said, chat. If I settled for less 2 years ago, di ko sana nakuha yung 6-digit client ko ngayon. From 20k monthly to 6-digit monthly just by asserting my worth. Never settled for less, peeps. Yeah, chat. I am wishing for 6-digit incomes for us all. Wag lang tayo lumagpas ng 3M so we don't pay that much taxes. You have 2 choices. Okay. Let's move on. What the hell? Oh, yo, chat. I saw this. What the hell talaga to? I saw this, but I only saw the first 5 seconds, okay? Check out the dog, chat. Check out the dog and check out what the dog does within the first 2 seconds of the video.
Uy, Benson! Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Si Benson. That's a nice name, by the way, for a dog.
Go. Uy, Benson! Ben! Fuck!
Magdiditigan na lang sila. Check out the instinct of the dog, though, to doggy paddle. Galing, no?
What the hell, dude? Come here.
Pati yung talon ni Benson eh, oh.
Uy, Benson!
Ayun, oh. Yung nag-flail pa ng arms. Wait. Check out the... Like, literally
Go.
tries to flail his arms.
Uy! Benson! Ben! Fuck!
Ben's Dog Walking Club. Let's check it out on Instagram. Ben's Dog Walking Club. Why isn't it not there? Ben's Dog Walking Club. Ben's Dog. Tama naman ah. Ben's Dog Walking Club. Ben's. Did I? Tama naman. BENS Dog Walking Club. I guess wala na. Tinanggal na. Oh, there you go. Helping owners become confident handlers. It might not even be his dog. What the heck? It might not even be 38 million views. What the hell, chat?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
2.8. Oh, no comments? What? Tinanggal ng owner yung comments.
Uy, Ben!
So, helping owners become confident handlers. Yeah. So, it's like a service, I suppose. A service for dog owners to perhaps train their pets and help the dog owners themselves also be good and better owners. Kasi iba-iba yung mga dogs, oh. Imagine yung kaba niya nung tumalon si Benson ng ganun.
At ito mga kapatid, marami.
The look he gave right before he jumped. I feel like he does do that. A dog walking service. Hey, that kind of sounds lucrative, huh? Might sound lucrative if you think about it, chat. A dog walking service? How much would you charge for an hour? Dog walking service. No add-ons, no anything, just basic. Dog walking service that will probably involve picking up their shit and cleaning after their piss if needed. How much would you charge? Dog walking. Not in dollar terms. Philippines lang tayo, pesos tayo. That's not a bad deal. 1 hour from the start and finish, 1 hour. Yo, that's a good way to get your steps in. Very active guy. You're walking. It's stimulating. You get to be with dogs. What's a good price, you think, chat? What's a good price? No, I feel like totoo yung views. I think tinurn off lang yung comments. 1,000 pesos, 2 to 3 hours. Sure. 1,000, 2 to 3 hours. Might be too expensive though if you think about it, right? 1,000 for 2 to 3 hours might be a little expensive if let's say I'm a dog owner and I want my dog walked every day. Maybe that's when you build packages. I'll walk your dog 5 times a week. I'll walk your dog 5 times a week. I'll give you a special rate. But if it's a one-time deal, maybe $500 per hour. Pwede, no? A legit job in the States. Yeah, man. Like, imagine getting a client with more than one dog. You could package that. Yo, hey, this is not a bad business. Yeah. This is not a bad hustle, chat. Okay to, ah. $5 to $10 daw sa New York. Yeah. Again, it's not... ang kalaban mo lang dito, syempre, kapag mainit, you're always outdoor, not very good for the skin. Of course, you're also liable for the dog. And the safety of the dog. Yeah, but I do think this is a pretty good business. Yeah. Benny walking. Init, ulan, bite. Why are you always one step ahead, Levy? Yeah, not bad, diba? Not bad. I feel like this will be a good one, especially if you love animals. Good. I mean, I feel like this guy is doing well in that case, right? And then make content, right? You can make content out of it. You can easily make content, and it will always be different because you take care of different dogs. Okay to. Okay na business to. Yeah. Yeah, Nick. Nick, that's what Levy said too. That Indy Navarrete did it also. Did I pronounce your name right? By the way, Nick, come over here on YouTube. We're looking for more members to join our little community here. Okay, let's move on. Oldie but a goodie. Guard gave me you. I feel like kung ganito yung trabaho mo, no, and then you met your kung ganito yung trabaho mo, security guard ka, ang kalaban mo dito boredom, 'di ba? It's really that. I read somewhere in a Reddit thread, maybe I read it last night or outside of the stream. When you're a security guard or when you're watching over something, the pay is for you to be bored. Or the pay is for you to go through the boredom and the redundancy, the mundane of things. Because if you're not gonna be bored, and it's not an original idea, I read this from the Reddit thread last night. If you're a security guard or if you're hired as security and you're not bored, it means it's a bad night. Like if you actually, the work is the being bored. The work that you're being paid for is to go through the boredom. And if you're not bored because something is happening, then it's not a good night because you wouldn't want that, right? Anyway, like I said, a job that is as difficult as that, imagine meeting your SO there. Solid, di ba? Parang sarap siguro pumasok no kapag ganun. Puro babaero. Yeah, Levy, there you go. Oo nga, that's so funny. That's so funny sa mga kasi syempre pinaka-pogi madalas yung secure, di ba? Tapos magsiselos yung mga ano. That's what... Chat, she knows. She knows, chat. She knows exactly what she's doing here. They're not just holding hands, guard gave me you. They're holding hands across all the stores to send a statement. Ano itong pinadala ni Efemeros?
Was because I was like an actor.
I was like an actor.
My
or something.
first,
No big
my first acting job, I had to say vagina on Two Broke Girls. I was hipster number 2. But my first real job, I used to hike dogs for a big dog walking company.
You said you used to.
A dog walking company? Yo, I'm telling you, chat. There's a business here. Service businesses are good businesses.
Hike dogs.
Yes, not walk. Hike.
Why were these dogs so outdoorsy?
It was right when everyone was starting to buy like Australian Shepherds. And they were like living on Abbot Kinney in like studio apartments that were just like a mess. And I, for some reason, said I was good at
What you're looking at right now
That is interesting. Yeah, likely. At saka, dapat alam ko may rules to, di ba? Generally, may rules dapat kapag work. Like, you can't have relationships within the same department at the very least. Okay, hindi natanggal na anti-theft tag. Si Kuyang Cashier sa H&M, pagod na ata. Nakalimutang alisin itong tag na to. Buti hindi tumunog kanina. Yeah. It's, ever happened to you, chat? When you exit the store, tumunog yung barriers, yung gate. It's happened to me quite a few times. Never was an issue though. Kahit walang dala. That's insane, Bills. Yeah, and maybe don't panic. Maybe don't run if tumunog. Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty normal occurrence. Parang dapat nga tumunog siya pero para di na hassle sa'yo. Yeah, the problem is nakakabit pero hindi tumunog yung barriers. Ayan tuloy. The hassle of having to go back to the store. Okay, this one is too real. Bakit kaya bigla na lang tayo nagkakaroon ng urge magligpit sa madaling araw? Any theories here, chat? Kasi masyadong real to para sa akin. The random urge to clean up at the most ungodly hours. What could it be? At saka, walang lugar na pinipili. It can really be anything, chat. What are your guesses? I have a couple of guesses. Okay, mine goes hand in hand with what Levi just said. I feel like cleaning in general gives us cleaning or impulsive cleaning. So in this situation, in this particular situation, we're talking about impulsive cleaning. Kasi 'di ba ang topic natin, bakit randomly na lang naglilinis tayo? So, I feel like impulsive cleaning stems from some anxiety going on and that need to disperse that anxiety. And it works in many ways because for one thing, you put all that stored pent up energy into motion, right? The anxiety, you get it into motion. That's one. And two, I feel like cleaning gives us a sense of control, a sense of organization, and it kind of fixes maybe that part of our brain na parang uneasy or medyo hindi mapakali. And then when all of that is done, I suppose the cleaning, kahit na late ka na nagsimula, late na tapos may pasok ka pa the next day, there's a sense of relief kasi may nagawa, may naayos, may na-prepare, may naayos, may naayos or may na-organize. And best if these things were put off for such a long time already. Parang may success na feeling. And a sense of accomplishment, if you will. That'd be my guess on why these things randomly just happen. Right? Yo, Nick. Yo, Philip, what's up? Yeah, peace of mind and a sense of being able to do something. I wonder what else though. What else are your guesses, chat? Ganyan ako kapag wala ako na-achieve yun. Ganyan ako kapag wala ako na-achieve sa buong araw. Parang kailangan may magawa ko. Tuwing madaling araw ko naiisip na gusto ko mag-workout, bigla maglinis. Yeah. Maybe that, right? Or parang perhaps a sense of procrastination or been procrastinating the entire day. Parang hindi productive. There, that's one more keyword I feel. Apart from the sense of accomplishment, parang pambawi if hindi man productive yung buong araw. Kasi may nagawa pa rin kahit na walang nagawa the rest of the day earlier. I don't know, chat. Leave it in the comments. Why do you think naglilinis tayo at random hours of the day? What shirt am I wearing? I'm wearing Uniqlo. Environment is calm and quiet. Your mind needs noise and chaos. Guess what wins? Boom. Mas payapa. Okay, that's something I didn't think about. It does make sense. Kumbaga, maybe that's it, right? Maybe cleaning maybe cleaning, the act of organizing, needs a calm environment. And what could be more quiet and peaceful than the dead of the night? Yeah, pwede. And then biglang doon na lang sisipa, no? Tutulog na nga lang, kailangan pa maglinis ng kusina. Body clock. Oh, the wee hours are productive hours of the day. I didn't know that in the 1600s. Did we do biphasic sleeping? Pwede, no? People slept in the afternoon, woke up madaling araw, slept in the afternoons, woke up again. Could be biphasic. Alright, yo, Chad, this is wild, man. I don't know how you were able to do this really, really quickly, LJ. But you even got the container right. How are you able to do this? I swear, kapag i-compile natin lahat ng images na to, man, LJ, I feel like it will be a gold mine. All the variants of this moment. You're good, LJ. Shout out. Galing. AI, man. Like, how are you able even to get the box right away? And then there's a video edit. What's the video edit? It's not playing properly there. Let's play it here. Fine, Chad. You win. Okay, this one I thought was pretty interesting. To end the anti-vaxxer debate, doctor dares anti-vaxxers to skip anti-rabies shots after animal bite. Actually, ano sinasabi na anti-vaxxers dito, no? I'm actually very curious. What do anti-vaxxers say about the anti-rabies shots? I'm genuinely curious. Because I feel like on the one hand, maybe anti-vaxxers aren't necessarily against vaccines in general. They're against vaccines that go before the actual disease happens, or before any actual incident happens. Maybe they look at vaccines more of a medicine, a cure to something, than it is necessarily something that you inject before anything even happens. Dun sila against. Pero as a medicine, maybe they're okay with that? Right? I wonder. What do anti-vaxxers say about rabies shot? A small number of extreme skeptics may still doubt the risk of the bite or refuse treatment, driven by a general distrust of medical advice. So meron talaga, no? Some view the emergency post-exposure treatment as a necessary medical intervention rather than a standard preventive. There you go. That's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier. It's more than kumbaga, anti-vaxxers are probably going to be okay with it as a treatment post-exposure than it is a preventative thing. Dun sila parang worry talaga eh. Because of course, even if you're an anti-vaxxer, you're still gonna go to the doctor if something happens to you, right? Hindi porket anti-vaxxer ka, anti-medicine ka na or anti-medical intervention ka na. I feel like anti-vaxxers just don't want preventive vaccination. Pero okay sila with medical intervention and maybe rabies shots are okay with them. Because another one would be tetanus, right? What do anti-vaxxers say about tetanus? Yo, there are ones at mga extreme, no? Some argue that tetanus is rare, not real, or easily beaten by healthy immune systems. The shot contains toxic elements, chemical additives, or rotting organs. That's wild. Skeptics often push unproven cures such as high doses of vitamin C. And it never makes sense. Parang hindi talaga nag-make sense sa akin eh. Hindi nag-make sense sa akin na they will trust almost everything else that also supports vaccinations than vaccination itself. Yeah, interesting. Interesting group of people, huh? I just thought it was a pretty funny thing to say. I never really thought about it that way. Na oo nga, ano? Anti-vaxxer ka. O sige, huwag ka magpa-anti-rabies. Huwag na rin sila magpa-doktor at pumila sa ospital pag nagkasakit kung magdudunong-dunungan lang din naman ang mga anti-vaxxers. Ipunin lang nila ipanlibing. This is what I thought too. Right? Parang, if you're an anti-vaxxer, why is it hyper-specific to that one medical thing, but everything else, okay lang? Like, you go to a doctor for everything else, just not the vaccination, because for some reason, of all the things a doctor can do, they're gonna scam you with vaccines. I don't know. Just always a curious thing that I thought. May magandang episode dito si Dr. Mike eh, where Dr. Mike would be talking to anti-vaxxers. It's a very, very great discussion. I hope that you're able to watch it if you have the time. Very hot argument din. Very hot video din yun. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I thought this was cool. I just saw somebody on Casual PH decide to paint. Found this cute Japanese resto. Yeah, JR. I think what you're saying goes hand in hand with what Romeo's saying. Maybe lower than average IQ, or yung to see is to believe. Like, kailangan mas may raw, not raw, but may brute, there's a rawness to the intervention, I feel. Anyway, I'm not in the position to fight anti-vaxxers or anything. I'm just fascinated by the decision to think in that manner. Even flat earthers, all of that. Ako naman ang number one, kapag may flat earther, ang number one counter argument ko sa flat earther is, nagpapadeliver ka ba ng Shopee? Right? Nagpapadeliver ka ba ng Lazada? I can't say those things, but you know what I mean, right? Because if nagpapadeliver ka sa kanila, how do you think your shipment gets across the world if they don't, use circumnavigation to find your package, to get your package from one place to another. Diba? Parang dun pa lang. Or have you ever ridden an airplane? Diba? If nakasakay ka na ng eroplano and you're still a flat earther, then how do you think the pilots manage to get from one place to another without without using the globe as a round or circular reference? Yes, I think it's the same. It's the same class of counterculture. Yeah, man. Pwede. I always read. I've always encountered, or not always, but I've encountered many arguments or many deep dives as to why we have flat earthers or anti-vaxxers or conspiracy theorists. And I think that's it, right? Easier to manipulate. No grasp of rudimentary science, right? I think that's it. And yeah, I think that's why I believe talaga na we really have to uphold our educational system. Yeah. Don't they call it the Dunning-Kruger effect? Right? Like dumb people think they're smart. Smart people think they're dumb, basically. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, chat. I think all of us have a tendency to believe the wrong things or get easily convinced. But I think it's also our responsibility to be able to consciously correct ourselves when presented with factual information that goes against our beliefs or thought systems. I think that's the cooler thing. Okay lang maging mali, pero umamin na mali ka at magbabago yung iniisip mo. I think that's the cool thing. Critical thinking. That's also another thing, right? Nawawala na yun. I mean, don't get me wrong, chat. Critical thinking is at a high risk now that we're relying on LLMs. Like, I'm not sure who I was talking to the other day about this, but I feel like genuinely I've been getting dumber. The past few years, ever since ChatGPT came out, I don't think I've been thinking as much, or at least using my brain as much. I feel like kaya ko naman yung hinihingi ko kay ChatGPT, except that I know that ChatGPT can do it 10 times faster. Heck, 1,000 times faster. And so why should I go through the trouble of researching for an hour when I can just use ChatGPT, reduce that 1 hour into 10 seconds, and then move on from there? So I like the convenience, I like the speed, but I think what's happening is nawawala na yung ability ko to think more critically, to be more discerning. My reliance on LLMs, all-time high, and it's only getting worse. I hardly ever remember how many times I Google already. Like chat, be honest. Do you still Google? Do you still actually Google and search through websites? Or do you Google and just look at the AI overview? Or do you just ask ChatGPT? I don't know, man. Like, I'm a victim. I'm a victim also. Because even when it comes to Googling, my AI overview ni. Like, am I really gonna go through clicking through the links when there's an AI overview? What's up, Jello? Happy that bills you do pa rin. Yeah, the AI overview. I know, man. Nakakatakot, no? Oh, of course, of course. I think that's the thing. There's no harm in referring to AI overviews. Like, there's no inherent harm, right? Let's get that out there. Walang inherent harm or mali when you read AI overviews. But also that has to go hand in hand with knowing what you're getting out of it. And the risks of relying entirely on AI overview. At least tayo alam natin yun. And I'm fairly confident that because we lived through a period where there was still Googling, we kind of know what to do when it's more important. Like what you said, chat, na kapag kailangan fact check talaga, kapag kailangan verified information, you're gonna look at the AI overview, see the hot link, tap on the link, and then see for yourself kung ano yung reference na pinagbasehan ng AI overview. Cool. But how about the next generation? The next generation who never really went through that. Diba? Para sa kanila, ano na yun? Kumbaga, should I really? Like in the same way that perhaps there was a time we looked at links on the internet that had no real reference, but we didn't bother looking at the hard copies anymore. Is that applicable? Is that a good parallel? I don't know. Comes with the times for sure, but it does get me worried that critical thinking is going to be a lost art. That's why I hope that we could still find it in us to fight against, what's the term? What's that movie? The Idiocracy. To fight against our impending idiocracy. Yeah, man. Hirap. Anyway, galing neto. Found this cute Japanese resto and I just had to paint their food. Boom. Aww. This kind of makes you want to go to Japan, chat. I agree though, JR, that I think you're preaching to the choir. A lot of us here in chat have been born during a time before AI was even there. And I would say still a lot of the people in Earth right now are familiar with during that time. Pero ayun na nga, it's the next generation, the people born na may AI na. Parang I hope that's how schools are going to be rewiring their systems. It now becomes a research first kind of education. Diba? Because there's no fighting AI. Right? There's no fighting, just like there was no fighting the calculator. But then we taught rudimentary skills. Yeah, that's true. Galit na galit mga tao at teachers kapag ang material of reference mo ay galing Wikipedia. I was born during hindi naman born, no? I was in college during the time na tinanggap na ang Wikipedia as a source for as long as yung statement within that Wikipedia article has an in-text citation. Kasi pwedeng puntahan lang yung in-text citation na yun. Di ba? So, okay na siya during my time, but I know before that, when Wikipedia was still the wild, wild west, there was less moderation. People could type whatever they want, edit articles so freely. Dun siya naging dangerous gamitin as a source. But, yun na nga as things got better over time, and people are able to write in-text citations, dun yata naging mas okay nang gamitin yung Wikipedia. Yung mahirap din kapag gagamit ka ng ChatGPT for your RRL. Tapos, I haven't heard that word in a long time, by the way. Tapos yung RRL, paywalled. Because ChatGPT will have access to paywalled literature. But how do you access the paywalled literature yourself? Yeah, it's cool to read, chat, what Claude is doing. I'm not sure if you've heard, but Claude is developing a tool to, or I think it's already developed, but they develop a tool to detect whether or not an essay or a paragraph was written by AI. And it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if you copy paste it to your notepad and then paste it back, or if you write it down. If it's if Claude gave you the answer and then you write it down, there is still a way for Claude to detect kung galing sa kanila yun. Do they call it a watermark? Because it's not necessarily a watermark, because with a watermark, or if it's embedded in the text, you could just remove it, right? Yung may tawag nila watermark. Okay, so it's not the watermark. I don't know how to explain it. I saw a video on it. It's very, very clever how Claude did it without watermarks, without embedding text with invisible data. You know, that's why even if you write it down, right? Like, binigay ng Claude yung sagot, you write it down, and then yung answer na yun, you run it through, or the written down answer, you run it through Claude, it will still be able to detect that it was written by them. Okay, no. That's not the one I'm talking about. That's not the one I'm talking about. It's not embedded text. It's much more clever. And I wish I knew what it was so that I could talk to you more about it. But basically, that's why I'm telling you, chat, even if you manually type it, right? You don't copy paste it. You don't copy paste the answer that Claude gave you. You manually type it yourself, or you write it down and then you type it again. If you run that same paragraph, even if you manually did it, Claude will still be able to detect that it was written by them. I'm not sure if I could explain it properly, but basically, from what I remember, let's say you have a 5-word tense. Yun, it's the metadata embedding. Let's say you have a 5-word sentence, and the 5th word is determined by a random string that Claude generates. Right? That same string will determine every 5th word of every random sentence. And then if you run it through Claude, Claude will be able to tell that that there was a pattern in those every 5th words and every I forget already. Yun ba yun? Metadata embedding. Once I find the answer, I'll let you know, chat. If manually mo isusulat, yes. Is this it? Overrides were being touted online. Well, let's see first, right? Oh, damn. Machine readable watermarks. Yeah, there you go. I hope maybe we can find it. Maybe you could take a quick look at it. Here, I think this is it. I think this is the video that I saw.
You've probably heard by now that AI watermarking is going to be added to the text that you generate in Claude, and Anthropic just published an article.
Okay, so you're right. I'm wrong. When JR said it's watermarking, yes, the word is watermarking. Metadata embedding, I don't know if it's metadata embedding. I could have been wrong in saying yes to it. But basically, ito yung video na nakita ko. Let's take a look at
Describing
it.
how it works.
It's very clever.
You've probably heard by now that AI watermarking is going to be added to the text that you generate in Claude, and Anthropic just published an article describing how it works. I'm going to explain it to you in a way that whether you are technical or not, you will understand. So the text response that Claude gives you is created token by token. A token can be a complete word, it can be a chunk of a word, it could even be punctuation. So let's take the example where the weather outside was cold and blank. What is the next word? You could technically put any of these options here: gray, windy, wet, overcast, and they would all make sense. Whether Claude chooses gray or overcast, that doesn't really change the quality or the meaning of the sentence. Usually there is some randomness involved in selecting the next word, similar to rolling a dice. So hopefully all this makes sense so far, because now we're going to talk about the watermark. So there's a secret key that is used while Claude generates the text. This secret key does not carry any information about the person who generated the text. So, using this key, the words that came before, and the possible next words, the watermarking process might now favor the word gray over overcast in this particular sentence. That doesn't mean that gray is now permanently favored, or that is a quote-unquote Claude word. In a different sentence, such as, I went outside and it was cold and blank, the previous words are different, so the process may now favor windy with that specific combination of words. When this process is repeated over and over again throughout a response, those individual word choices collectively form the watermark. So from just one sentence, it wouldn't be possible to tell whether a human happened to write it or whether it came from AI. But once there's enough text, a detector can use Anthropic's key to check whether the word choices match its secret pattern more often than chance would explain. So next I'm going to talk about what happens when you copy, edit, paraphrase, or translate text. What could actually remove a watermark?
I want to save this so I can dig deeper into it. So yeah, basically. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's why it's watermarked. Because it was created through a token. And then that same, kung sa pagkakaintindi ko, that string or that token basically favors certain words. And then, once you run it through a detector, malalaman nung detector na, teka lang, this token seems to, these words that were used in this essay seem to favor this token, is how I understand it. So how do you even get around that, right? Interesting. Let's I want to read more about it later on, but for now, chat, let's I think we can move on for now before it becomes too technical. Okay, how do you feel about, genuinely curious, chat, how do you feel about an IRL stream of me solo traveling? Like, I feel like, let's say 10 days in Japan. And then every day I spend 2 hours with an IRL stream. Is that gonna be cool for you? Or do you prefer sit-down desktop? Because I have been thinking, with all these Japan posts, with all the seat sales going on, parang masaya mag-IRL stream. Tapos every day for 10 days in again, like Japan. Like, one activity for the day will be reserved for the stream. Oh yeah, I mean, thank you for letting me know about that. Definitely, right? In Japan, very strict ang privacy laws nila. They, if you didn't know, chat, all phones coming out of Japan have the camera shutter enabled. The sound that the camera makes, whether naka-silent yung phone mo o hindi, may shutter sound. Yeah, I feel like I want to explore that if I do decide to solo travel. Okay, more from this OP drawing. Man, she's good. Salcedo Market. I feel like this is something I want to explore, the Salcedo Weekend Market, except that I'm just never awake early enough to appreciate the Salcedo Weekend Market. Probably also not rich enough to afford these things. I mean, I'll be alone though, if ever. The solo, the IRL stream. It's not like I'm going to have somebody following me, recording me. I'll try to be as discreet as possible as well. This all looks so good, chat. Bet you this quesadilla, ano to, nasa 320, ganyan. Looks so good though. Tart, 70 pesos. There was a time, huh? Mga egg tarts, 50 pesos. Now we're looking at 70 pesos. I've never been. One day, chat. One day, makakaano rin tayo. Makakatungtong din tayo sa Salcedo Market. Mga ano pa, mga 10 URC na collaborations. Right? Mga 10 Head and Shoulders pa na brand deal. Okay? And then, kaya na natin tumungtong sa Salcedo Weekend Market. That's why, chat, like, save, repost, comment, share our branded content, most especially so because the engagement metrics na hinihingi ng mga brands when a campaign is over really determine whether or not we're gonna work again with them. Kaya very, very important, and if you can do it on more than one platform, that will be cool. But yeah, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, where we post, would be nice if we got a lot of support there. Oh my God! Mga kabit ni Befemeros na andon. That's a wild thing to say. Alright, chat, answer this question right now. What is your heart's deepest desire right now? Okay, while you answer that question, I'm gonna go look for something. Here, I found something. What is your heart's deepest desire right now? Let me think. What is my deepest desire right now? It can be anything, by the way, chat. It can be superficial. It can be deep. It can be philosophical. It can be shallow. What is your heart's deepest desire? Purpose and money? Desire. What is my desire right now? Probably sleeping a healthy sleeping clock, a healthy body clock. That would probably be my desire right now. Bakasyon for JR will be his deepest desire. Yeah, I would say my desire right now is to be able to sleep on time. When I sleep, I get to sleep a lot, but I feel like the day never really ends for me. Or that if I sleep, I'm not gonna be very productive. There's that stupid feeling of how I don't want to go to bed because I still have stuff to do. But at the same time, I'm already eating up the next day. So yeah, probably knowing when to sleep would be my deepest desire right now. What I will say though, chat, is the next video I'm going to be showing you tells us to limit our desires. Kasi mapapansin ninyo that whatever desires we do have, we are kind of unhappy until we achieve that desire. And the more desires we have, the more unhappy we are. Kaya dapat, as much as possible, reduce the number of desires. So I'll show you this video. This video has stuck with me for the rest of my life.
Desire to...
Which is from this guy called Naval. Super respect this dude. I listen to his podcast like maybe at least once a year. This entire 3 or 4 hour episode I listen to once a year each time. Love this. Naval Ravikant is his name. Check it out, chat. The desire.
me is a contract that you make with yourself to be unhappy. Desire to me is a contract that you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want. Okay, and I keep that in front of mind. So when I'm unhappy about something, I look for what is the underlying desire that I have that's not being fulfilled. It's okay to have desires. You're a biological creature. You're put on this earth. You have to do something. You have to have desires. You have a mission. But don't have too many. Don't pick them up unconsciously. Don't pick them up randomly. Don't have thousands of them. My coffee is too cold. Doesn't taste quite right. I'm not sitting perfectly. Oh, I wish it were warmer. Oh, my dog, pooped in the lawn. I didn't like that. Whatever it is. Pick your one overwhelming desire, and it's okay to suffer over that one. But on all the others, you want to let them go so you can be calm and peaceful and relaxed.
Galing, no? Like, a desire doesn't have to be it doesn't have to take over you. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Just like what Naval said, it could literally be your coffee being too cold to your liking, and then unhappy ka na because of it. So I guess what he's also trying to say is desires can be a cause for our unhappiness, and having too many of them, picking them up unconsciously without intention, is gonna make life suck. So, reduce the desires, he says. I like it. It's one of my favorite thought leaders right now. For my wife to be healthy again. Peace of mind and healing. To pay off my debt. Mamatay na lahat ng corrupt officials. Move abroad, get a higher paying job, travel. LU is a good place, I would say, JR. LU is, I would say, there's always something for everyone in LU. I've been to LU several times already. I've been to LU quite a number of times since we began going there as a family a little more than a decade ago. And I've seen how LU grew like through my tourist eyes, because I'm not a resident there. I've seen how LU has grown, and how it's grown in that way because there's always something for everybody there. Kahit sino ka pa, may enjoy mo yung LU. Because chances are you'll find your people there. You'll find your thing there. You'll find peace there. So yeah, LU's a cool place. At least the tourist portion of LU, yung San Juan. Sabi ni June K. What do you think about it, June? Hearing from me, a tourist. Okay, here we go. Huwag sana maliitin mga tao. Mahihirap alam ng baha bakit papaklamp mo pa. Potholes everywhere. June, reduce the desires. Okay, chat? Reduce the desires. The potholes, man. So, my guess is parang yung nag-post man neto na naiinis siya dahil may ulan na nga, huhulihin pa yung motor niya. Right? Yun yung iniisip ko na parang pagbigyan naman, umuulan na nga eh. Let's see.
Hindi motor yan ha. Hindi sa akin motor yan, pero ang akin lang. Siyempre, unawaan tayo kasi ang tao, tinan mo naman oh, nakikita mo sitwasyon. Iayos mo, saan mo madadaan yung tao? Bakit? Motor ko ba yan? O hindi ko motor yan? Ate, hindi ko motor yan. Oh, hindi ko motor yan. I-club mo, pero hindi ko motor yan. Ang akin, konsiderasyon lang sa mga tao. Gaganon mo yung mga tao eh. Sitwasyon mo. Oh. I-club mo, bakit? Motor ko ba yan? Ate, sitwasyon. Konsiderasyon na lang sa mga tao. Hindi mo nakikita bahayan.
Is there nuance to consider here? Is there nuance to consider here? Because wrong is wrong, right? Kung hindi tama mag-park dyan, or if may maling ginawa yung may-ari ng motor dyan, mali yun. Wala na tayong, like that one is pretty clear-cut to me. That one is pretty clear-cut to me, that whatever law is being broken or rule of the road that's being broken, mali yun. Whether or not nagbabaha. Whether or not ganito yung panahon. Because those rules are typically made so that traffic or the road becomes a safer place for everybody overall. So yeah, sure. But is there is there nuance to be seen sa sinabi nung usisero? Yes, annoying na usisero, di niya pala motor yan. Anong pinagsasabi niya? Ba't siya nakikialam? Pero, is there something there, chat? Do you think that in such a situation, considerations can be made by the enforcer? Or hindi rin? Kasi, basically, nagiging mas mahirap lang para sa lahat ng tao kung humarang ka pa dyan. Kaya nga, umuulan na nga eh. Ang sama na nga ng panahon, bakit ka pa dadagdag sa problema ng mga tao by leaving your motorcycle there or breaking the rules? Is it that? Or tama nga ba? Dapat may consideration din kasi nga ganito naman yung panahon. Alright. We can... Purple app, yeah, I'm on Twitch, but I'm also on YouTube. Yan Nor, alika dito sa YouTube. Mas maganda yung view dito sa YouTube. Okay, let's dig into the situation. Tama nga naman, no? Yung parking yung binibring up. Ayusin yung parking. Mukhang maluwag. So, pwede naman ilagay sa tama yung motor. I suppose. Like, we can't see the entire place. We don't know where this is. So, we don't really know if there's a consideration to be made there. What's up, Mock? Ayun nga eh, di ba na? Yun yung sinasabi ng isisero. Pagbigyan na lang. Tinaw nyo naman yung panahon, no? Saan namin ilalagay yung motor na to? Or saan kami magpa-park? It's hard to say kung bara-bara na lang iniwan dyan yung motor para lang makadiskarte at magawa yung kailangan gawin, or there's actually a proper way to park it at this spot. I'm having a hard time seeing one answer to this. It's not... Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing one clear-cut answer to this. Kasi ang daming nuance eh. We can't necessarily side with just one. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, it's definitely a video that can rile people up. Kasi pag nakita to, daming emotions ka agad eh. I mean, the people involved themselves are already very emotional. So as a viewer, okay, pili tayo ng side. I guess the takeaway here is we need more details. We need more than a 45-second video to decide what's going on here. But okay, but let's be clear about one thing and talk about what I said when this all first started. Mali pa rin. Di ba? Mali pa rin. Like, end of the day, if ang decision ng enforcer mali yung pagkakapark at it broke the rules, then it broke the rules, period. Ang tanong ko lang pwede nga bang may consideration na pwedeng gawin yung enforcer? Yun lang. Yun yung iniisip ko. Like, meron or wala? Wala o di okay. Meron o di okay. It's just, I guess that's my question, right? Like, totally walang consideration ba to be made? Or pwede naman? It's such a... We don't have enough information. We can make many assumptions, but not really know what the correct answer is. Hey, Steffi. Hey, Mock. I don't even know what the situation is, to be honest. I can't see the entire road. Can't see the entire road. Can't tell what's going on in here. Or, yun na, kulang lang talaga. We don't have enough info to make a solid takeaway from this. I agree that at times of calamity, calamities, we gotta do what we gotta do. And sometimes that may involve bending the rules a little bit, paying for the consequences if we do end up bending it enough that it's already considered to be breaking the rules. I don't know if I'll find myself in this situation. To answer your question, Romeo, hard to say. And also, I don't have enough info, man. Like, it's all I can really think about are the nuances, pero hindi ko maisip ito na lang, hindi ko maisip kung against or for ako sa enforcer. Pero, tanggap ko na mali. Does that make sense? Okay, here. Tama naman yung enforcers. Saan nga naman dadaan mga tao kung nakapark dyan mga motor? Sa baha? Basta kamote, ang daming palusot, daming paawa. Consideration naman sa mga pedestrian. Goes both ways, diba? Yun na yung sinasabi. Yun din yung isa kong sinabi kanina eh. Yung pagpark ba neto, yung pagpark ba neto dito is also being inconsiderate of other people. Like, yeah, sure, it favors the person na dumiskarte, pero at the cost of other people ba? Other people's safety. May nabasa ako kanina eh. Teka. Pero aminin nyo, kung kayo may motor at stranded kayo sa ganitong baha, anong gagawin nyo? Yeah, it's a tough situation. We're trying to consider everything. That's why I can't stick to an answer. We are Mr. On the Fence again. I think we can move on. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're trying to say, Romeo. Na yung diskarte is already at the expense of other people's lives. Harang. I just think there's more things as well apart from that wrong. Na yun na, itong top comment, diba? Like, what if biglang binaha? What are we gonna do, bro? Where am I gonna put my motorcycle? I'm not Filipino, but this was my first time trying to make lumpia and pancit bihon. Oh, chat. I swear, I already said it before. It is only a matter of time before somebody comes up with flavored lumpia. I'm saying it. I've said it before and I'll say it again, chat. Sure, we can have whatever meat lumpia inside, but just think of the possibilities. The meat inside seasoned differently, and then the lumpia itself coated in another way. Diba? Only a matter of time before we come up with something as epic as that. Call it... What's a good name? Is Levy here? We need our copywriter. Levy, what's a good name for a lumpia business with variety? Something like that, Lirio. Lumpia na may potato corner powder. Like either you manipulate the coating or you also manipulate the meat inside. No, LJ. Yun nga eh. I mean, I can tell it's inconvenient for some people, but I think we just need more information to give a valid take. Like, whatever take I make, I feel is gonna be lacking in context. And that's why I just want to move on because wala akong relevant na masasabi. No, not except turon with langka. Anything but turon with langka, man. And also, we're not talking about turon, Steffi. We're talking about lumpia. We have pancit bihon. Pancit bihon looks good. This looks very rich though. Loaded also. Ito yung pancit bihon na punas ka ng punas ng labi dahil sa yumminess of the oil. Oof. JR, I know you're trying to stir something up here, but it ain't working on me. Lumpia na may chicken breast sa loob. Sounds good right now. But yeah, again, lumpia na may different coatings. You could get crazy with it. Maybe just start with, I mean, you could go super basic, just different powders. Go with a very generic meat inside. Maybe chicken para mas mura. Ground chicken. Make it meaty, sure. Hack it a bit. Lagyan ng onting fillers. Maybe what's a good filler to have in there? Some egg, maybe? Sure. Egg, cheese. Put it in there. Pero go crazy with the coating. Go powders. Cheese, barbecue, sour cream, whatever powder on the outside of the lumpia. And then take it to the next level with liquid coatings. Bruh. Ang talo lang sa business na to, ang mahal ng karne. That's why potato corner is a hack, chat. Potatoes are genuinely cheap. And then it's the branding that gives it its value. Sarap, Lirio. Sarap. Hey, what's up, Euris? Okay. This is getting me hungry, chat. Alright, chat, so... Okay, hold on. Rodrigo Duterte. Bro, ano rate mo? DTF. You still here? Tatay Diggs, nasa stream ka pa ba? I can answer your question. Okay, you're still here? Nice. Okay, I will answer your question, but only if you count down. G? Only if you count down 5 seconds. Okay, so bro, no rate mode down to fuck. DTF, countdown 5 seconds. All right, let's do this together. Let's do this together. Count me down. 5 seconds. No, 10 is too high. 5 seconds lang para isang bagsakan ko lang sasabihin yung sagot. 5 seconds. Count me down. 5. Yeah. 10-second countdown. Okay, fine. 10, 9, 8, 7. Here we go. Sabihin ko na yung sagot ko. 6. 5. 4. Are you excited? Are you excited? Sabihin ko na yung sagot. On stream for the first time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me a 0. Give me a 0. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, are you ready? Get the fuck out of here, man. Let's move on, chat. Oh, man. Tinanggal. This video was good. Manny Pacquiao is still iconic. People still know and recognize him everywhere. Oh, this video was just up last night. I think it was Manny walking in Chicago again. Being recognized by different people. Okay, Dear Watsons. Moving on. Dear Watsons, alam nyo bang mas kailangan nyo ng cashier kaysa sales lady? I can't say this enough, Chad. I've been to Watsons quite a few times. And actually, totoo to. Cashiers in Watsons are lacking. I don't know why. Like, Watsons is such a big business. Right? Tama ba Watsons is from Hong Kong? Watsons origin. No, Watsons original country. I know China. China? Hong Kong, there you go. Watsons originated in Hong Kong. So, in 1841 too, no less, right? So, magto 200 years na sila. Literally a 185-year-old company. They're very big in the Philippines. It's not like they're a new brand here. A new pharmacy, a new super store here in the Philippines. So, I wonder why this is something that they haven't yet figured out. Diba? It's almost like it's one of the most basic things that as a big business you'd already know. So I wonder, I'm trying to think if the sales force or the sales people in their stores are third party and so wala silang control dun. Or are they in-house and they're just really prioritizing more salespeople than managing lines? Yun nga eh. Like, literally, chat, there could be just 5 customers inside the Watson store and the line is gonna lag. Why? There has to be a reason. Like, there has to be a proper answer kung bakit ito yung nangyayari. Ito. Watsons does that intentionally. They want you to feel stuck and stay in line longer so their products in front can influence you to buy it. It will give you more time to keep looking until you don't have a choice and buy it. It's called exposure effect. Sure, I get that. Okay, I get the quote-unquote exposure effect, but there has to be a point of diminishing returns, right? Line too long, you just push the customer away. So it has to be the sweet spot na tipong line is reasonable, but also at the same time, you're exposed to the they call may tawag dun eh. Term for items near counter. Point of purchase. There you go. Point of purchase or point of sale items. Okay. So I understand that the exposure effect is a real thing, but also there has to be a point of diminishing returns where pag masyadong mabagal yung andar ng pila, masyado na tong mahaba, wag na lang, ibang araw na lang ako pipila, ibang araw na lang ako magwa-Watsons. It has to be the sweet spot where the line is reasonable and you get exposed. I mean, the line is reasonable enough na willing kang pilahan or pumila, and then you get exposed to those counters, you get exposed to those point of purchase items near the counter na sige na, kukunin ko na to. Because it doesn't make sense, bro. Like, it's just such an inconvenience. There you go. Boom. I said it earlier. Third party. Consigners yung mga sales lady. Hindi sila pinapasahod ng Watsons. Own brand sales or representatives or demo lang sila kumbaga. Yung sales lady ng Watsons, meron 2 pero karamihan 1 lang. Imagine lahat ng stocks and items na nakita niyo sa loob ng store, iisa lang nagre-receive, nagre-display, and nagre-return ng mga expired. Then ma-charge pa kapag na-expired, then pagagalitan ka pa ng customers kasi hinahanapan ng cashier kahit sa work pa lang nga. Okay, this is a pet peeve, run-on sentences. Kapag nag-resign 1 year bago mapalitan, ganun din sa mga cashier dyan kapag may nag-resign taon bago mapalitan. So yeah, I guess it's that, right? Consigners yung mga sales lady. Hindi sila direct under Watsons, and so Watsons has no control over them. Yeah. Right? That makes sense now. Na lahat ng mga salespeople na nakikita natin dun, walang control ang Watsons dun. Ito. Yun, tama. Former sales associate here. Yung mga nakikita yung sales lady, hindi talaga under ni Watsons yan, kundi consignor at may kanya-kanyang hawak na brand. Example, Maybelline, Skintific, Nivea. If mapapansin nyo, iba uniform ng sales associate compared sa consignor. And yes, noon pa man, problema na talaga manpower. Ako nga, sales associate, pero naging cashier at OIC, pero same sahod. Isa sa dahilan kaya naparesign. But yeah, it still doesn't solve any problem or give us any answers or questions. Kulang pa rin yung cashier. So sure, Watsons may not be intentional in how many sales ladies there are or sales personnel there are compared to the number of cashiers, but the problem remains. Kulang pa rin yung cashier. Yeah, yun na yun. I think that's that. Okay, then this last one, I saw it. I thought it was just pretty cool. I don't really have many thoughts about this one. I guess it's just our different A-list celebrities being in one frame, making this such a cool thing to see. Creators are in their own right creators too. Celebrities are in their own right creators to an extent as well. That's why these things I can appreciate. Like bringing all these people into one frame, an amazing thing. That's Ray Hermar. Must be really cool, huh? Can you imagine how much... It must be really cool to be a creator being alongside traditional celebrities. Diba? Parang, dang. As a creator, like, you're a creator. Like, of all the people there, you're essentially the only one who's probably in charge of her own time. Right? Like, permissionless with her own time and her own content. Whereas everybody else there, lots of red tape going on. I don't know. Not. It doesn't mean that celebrities are not cool or anything. I just thought that as a sole creator there, must be nice to feel that way. Other than that, I really have nothing else to say about this video. Okay, since we have a bit of time left, chat, I kind of want to see what else is going on. Ito yung mga threads natin kagabi. What else is going on? What else has been going on today? Silipin nga natin. Ito talaga ang reason kaya tayo pinahihirapan sa immigration. Ooh, mukhang hot na hot to. 4 hours, 1K upvotes. May 4 na tao na naman pong nag-TNT sa South Korea. Kaya another travel agency na naman ang posibleng ma-penalty. Please, wag nating abusuhin ang group visa dahil travel agencies at mga lehitimong travelers ang nadadamay. Yeah. Alright, before we go on this, let me see what you guys said about the last post. And I've never seen Ann Curtis in real life. I'm sure she must be really pretty. I think it does happen. There is a certain threshold, I feel, Romeo, that creators and celebrities do find themselves in na hindi na talaga sila naging relatable and to an extent nagiging out of touch. A good example, Mimiya. Right? A good example of somebody who may already look out of touch is Mimiya. But in reality, it's just the natural path of her stardom, of her rise to fame. Because everybody loves Mimiya because of her story. Paano siya nagsimula. If you remember, many years ago, Mimiya was just performing in front of, ano ba yun? Orokan ba yun yung nasa likod niya? Right? Then yung plastic cabinet niya sa likod. Nagpa-house tour pa siya. Very modest home. Very humble beginnings. And people wanted that. People rooted for her success. Sumikat. Gumaling. Tapos, bagay na bagay pa siya kung nasa saan siya ngayon. Talented, just blended well with the industry. And so naturally, with more resources given to her, money, items, material things, di ba? The things that she talks about now becomes further and further away from her humble beginning. So while to me, Mia, it's just the way her life progressed, to others, parang nagmukhang out of touch na siya kasi hindi na relatable. So there's that. I mean, I'm not gonna say that every celebrity is like that. I'm not gonna say that every celebrity, hindi, ano yan, pagbigyan natin, maayos yan. Sobrang chill yan. Okay lang yan. Hindi yan mayabang. Talagang ano lang, sumikat lang. Mayabang talaga. Pangit talaga ugali. Hindi iba yun. Ibang usapan yun. But, yun na nga, di ba? Going back to the example of Mimiya, anong gusto natin mangyari kay Mimiya? Forever na lang niyang pag-uusapan yung paghihirap niya sa buhay kasi mas relatable yun. Diba? Hindi rin naman. We want her to succeed. It's just that, it's just the natural path. She will really talk about things that are going to be not the same anymore as where she began. So yeah, there's that. And then of course there are really just douchey, ugly, mean celebrities na talagang out of touch and walang kwenta. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, talagang I mean, we want to be happy for Mimiya because she gets premium endorsements, because again, she can carry those premium endorsements, but talagang mangyayari na hindi lahat makakapag-relate sa mga brands, sa mga premium brands na yon, or makaka-relate sa premium brands na yon. Yeah, I get you, Romeo. That's why may mga ano lang talaga. May mga walang kwenta lang din talaga. Yeah. For sure. I have to agree. Like, ang brand ambassador ng Pepsi. Kaya ako na-bring up si Mimi, kasi naisip ko siya. Kasi, yun yung naisip ko nung pinanood ko siyang mag-perform when I attended the Pepsi Extra Fizz announcement or event. Si Mimi yung main endorser together with SB19. And she was pretty cool, I would say. Except that, yun na nga, di ba? Parang normal yun Sumikat siya, yumaman siya. Alam naman, parang magbumukha lang siyang pretend. Here's the thing too. Like, if Mimiya continues to talk about where she began or continues to live a life as if she doesn't receive all these endorsements and all these compensation packages and money, at what point does she talk about it and does not seem pretentious na hindi pa siya mayaman? Mayaman na talaga siya. Right? Huge fan ako with sa story ni Mimiya. But yeah, I get why there can be hate also. Or, yeah. Okay, mag-alala chat. Kung ako yumaman, I promise, hindi ko kakalimutan kung saan tayo nagsimula. Saan nga tayo nagsimula? One day, if we make it. I feel like, yun na nga, Miguel, it would probably be just the things that are very far away already from how she began. Diba? They're very big brands, luxury brands even, that work with Mimiya. Mimiya talks about these luxury brands. If you followed Mimiya for her humble beginnings and just her humble beginnings, hindi ka na makaka-relate sa luxury brands. But if you follow Mimiya for her humble beginnings plus her growth, then yeah, you would probably love to see Mimiya with all of that, all of what she has now as well. Plebeians like us. Yeah. Okay, I think that's a topic that we more or less agree on, chat. Let's move on to this one. 1,000 na Head and Shoulder, chat. 1,000 Head and Shoulder collabs. Paparaffle tayo ng kotse. Totoong kotse this time. Alright? That one I can guarantee. 1,000 Head and Shoulder collabs. We will give 100 people lifetime supply of shampoo or something. Okay, going back to this one now. It sucks because there's a truth in this it sucks because tayo lang din ang may kasalanan kung bakit napaka-inconvenient minsan ang dumaan sa immigrations. We are the architect of our own demise. Sabi nga nila. It's nothing to be proud of na mag-TNT or makatakas. In that way, I know a huge motivation kung bakit tayo may TNT o bakit may willing mag-TNTs because life is just so difficult. But yun na nga, di ba? Do whatever you want, that's cool, except if it's inconveniencing or hurting other people. And in this case, sure, nakaangat ka nga siguro kasi nakatakas ka sa mula sa Pilipinas dahil ayaw mo na rito. But at what cost? To whose expense? Ito yung nangyayari. Hihigpit yung immigrations. Then ang dami natin makikitang post sa Reddit, online na, ba't ito yung ginagawa ng immigration? Isang oras ako na andito, na-hold ako. Wala naman akong ginagawa. And then, on immigration's end, they might also just be doing their job a little differently because they managed to let these 4 people get away with it. And it's on them. Sino ba ang aako ng responsibility na yan kung hindi yung immigrations din? And so now they don't want it to happen again because 1, they want to do their job properly, and 2, ayaw nila masiraan pa yung Pilipinas. Pero it's a chicken and egg, right? It's a self-reinforcing cycle. Now with the immigrations being tighter with their shit, it now inconveniences more people. I suppose this is a bit more upscale, huh? When you think about it. Because, really, what is the root of all of this? I hate to say it, chat. I hate to say it. But the root of all of this is still proper governance. Got a good government, no need for TNT. Sure, it might not like hindi porket may good governance wala nang pasaway. Meron pa rin, perhaps just less reason to do TNT. Not saying you should either. But yeah, sucks to say, all roads lead back to government. So 2028, you know what to do. Let's please vote properly. Yeah, mismo. Mas upscale nga lang to. Pero again, 'di ba, yung mga nagtatapon ng basura sa hindi dapat sa mga lugar na hindi dapat itapon, mga nagja-jumper ng kuryente, mga dumidiskarte para lang mabuhay. This is just a little bit more saucy. Kasi TNT na sa ibang bansa. But it's still the same thing. Who's to blame? Of course, one, if there are no evildoers or no, like if there are no, pag walang pasaway, walang TNT. Pag walang pasaway, walang magtatapon ng basura sa maling lugar. Pero there are many things in play. And government is really the one umbrella that covers all of this shit. It sucks to say, but I hate hearing myself say it again. It's not just one person's fault. It's not just one side's fault. It's systemic. Ang daming kailangan ayusin. Never in our lifetime. People are doomers at this point. Reasonably. Never in our lifetime magiging visa-free ang PH passport holders sa developed countries dahil sa diskarte system ng mga gaya nito. May ka-work ako dati na ganyan. Tourist visa to Japan. Tapos nag-work doon. After 3 months, nahuli. Deport, iyak. Tapos siya pa victim kasi racist daw doon. Pero nahuli kang peke work visa mo. Ano gagawin mo? Anong gagawin niya? Nila? Bibigyan ka ng award? A day in the life of a Pinoy in Japan. Oh my God. Yeah. Hirap, no? You know, this is so cool. I did not know that our women's national baseball team is actually ranked. Galing, no? Did you know also that our women's national hockey team does pretty well? Did you know that, chat? I think even our women's football team a few years ago did really well. Women carrying Philippine sports, huh? Or was it futsal? Lala nito, no? Nung nakita ko to, ang lala nito, di ako makapaniwala. Like, this is the most what should I say? This is the most, I'm looking for a really good adjective. This is the most na lang. It's double. It's double second place. Yeah, we have a hockey team. As in ice hockey. Not street hockey. Ice hockey. We have a women's ice hockey team. Umabot nga yata ng 16 yung akin last month eh. I'm still looking for that adjective. But this is really telling of how messed up we are, man. We don't deserve this. Can you imagine? And by the way, energy, price of energy, kuryente, is a huge determinant of foreign investors and infrastructure building in the country. Like why will any industry put up factories or businesses up in the Philippines if ganito kamahal? Honestly, the only advantage we may probably have is how we probably speak English and we have a good workforce, a good, young, healthy workforce. But other than that, the heck, bro? Double second place? Local sandstorm seen through the Senate. Science, baby. Yeah, I heard about that, Miguel. They're system loss, right? They call it system loss. They're gonna be, but then PBBM said na yung system loss dapat tanggalin na. That's nuts. That's nuts. Teacher ko noon, forever ko na ngayon. That is crazy. Like, it's so weird, chat. Like, even if ang nangyari dito, naging estudyante niya lang, and then many years later, nag-meet sila ulit, tas naging sila. For some people, that's okay. For some people, that's fine. But I would personally still find it weird. Because I interacted with you at a time in your life. Like if I was a teacher. Okay, let me paint the situation here more clearly. For some people, okay lang na naging estudyante kita. And then nagkahiwalay tayo. Many years later, tumanda ka na, mas tumanda na ako. Nagkita ulit tayo. And you're now of proper age. Okay na raw yun. That's a valid relationship. But I would still find it weird. Because if you think about it, like if I think about it, parang I was your teacher for a good year. And I knew you for a good year when you were really little. Like, how can I build a relationship with you knowing that at one point in time, I was in my 20s and you were still a teen, like a young teen. Di ko kaya yun. It feels so weird. That's good, JR. That the Senate is working on that right now. How about you, Chad? What's your take on it? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. Pero, I don't know the story between the teacher and the student. Pero sa inyo kaya? O sa inyo, Chad, okay lang ba yun? Like, do you feel like that gets a pass? Na basta naghiwalay. Like, teacher, student, and then 10 years apart, nagkita ulit. Na parehas ng mas tumanda. Okay na yun sa'yo, Yuris? That works for you? That is funny, Miguel. Like a year? No, I mean like after 10 years na lang ulit nagkita tapos hindi na minor yung babae. Yo, that's fucking crazy. This one is totally different though. Look at this. Sa paaralan kami unang nagkakilala ng mister ko. Gusto ko siya noong elementary at high school. Guro ko siya noong elementary at high school habang ako naman na isa lamang sa kanyang mga estudyante. Taong 2011, magsimulang maging kakaiba ang lahat. Second year high school ako noon. Naalala ko pa noong brigada eskwela, madalas ko siyang nahuhuling nakatingin sa akin. Kumikindat ng pabiro at minsan ay sinisitsitan pa ako para mang-asar. Ang sagot ko naman, puro irap at deadma. Wala pa kasi ako naging boyfriend noon kaya hindi ko rin alam kung paano ko iintindihin ang mga pagpaparamdam niya. That's nuts! Na magsimula na ang pasukan, mas lalo niya akong inaasar. Hanggang sa kalaunan, noong July 23, 2011, naging kami. Second year high school. Naging sila, bro. Ugh, I don't want to read the rest of that story. Filipinos are not even aware that the Philippines doesn't claim the western part of the Spratly Islands where Vietnam is developing its outposts. Vietnam spent the last 40 years building its outposts in the South China Sea. The Philippines spent far too much time building something else with public funds. Fuck, nakakahiya, bro. Vietnam has more outposts than China in the South China Sea. Hilarious part, Vietnam stole a lot of the Philippine territories than the Chinese ever did. As long as hindi China, ayos lang yan sa ating mga patriotic Filipinos. Selective outrage, ika nga. What? Bro. Labo na ng pinaggagawa natin, no? I wanna have hope, but seeing posts like this just kind of break my heart, really. Si architecture ba yan? Pinamumugaran ng mga didilis at wumaw page niya. Karamihan Philippines bad yung mga laman. May truth naman yung iba, to be fair. Ito Pag-asa Island, may reclamation, aircraft hangars. Mayroon nga din extension ng runway eh. Maraming nga mga siraulo at corrupt, pero hindi ibig sabihin na pababayaan na lang yung mga isla natin sa West Philippine Sea. Yeah, I don't know what the truth is anymore. I know, sobrang weird ng... that's why I'm happy na, according to JR, they're now building... they're now properly labeling what grooming means. Thank God, it's about time also. Baby, come back. Every kind of fool would see. Yeah, I saw that one. Yung sa Singapore. I actually did. And then grabe yung... Oh my gosh. I saw that one. Hold on. Like, when I saw it, I'm like, naol. Ito yung pinaka-naol na feeling, chat. Ito yung pinaka-naol. Hold on. When you see this video, iyak na lang tayo, sabay-sabay. Wait, Singapore. I hope I can find the video. Ay, so parang sabi ko, shit. May experience kaya natin to ever. I can't find the video, bro. Here, I think... Oh, JR was able to find it.
The more children you have, the more leave you will get.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Every working parent will get 8 days
shit.
with one child, aged 12 and below. 10 days with 2 children, aged 12 and below.
Okay, watch it, chat. Iyak na lang tayo, ah.
The more children you have, the more leave you will get. The more children you have, the more leave you will get. Every working parent will get 8 days with one child, aged 12 and below. 10 days with 2 children, aged 12 and below. And 12 days with 3 children, 3 or more children. When you add it up, the increase is significant. Take a working couple with 3 primary school children. Today, they receive 4 days of childcare leave. With these changes, they will receive 24 days.
That's so cool. Can you imagine? 24 days of paid leave. 12 from your mom, 12 from your dad, for as long as you're 12 and below. I mean, Singapore does have a pretty toxic work culture. So this is well deserved and tama lang talaga. Holy shit, man. They have shit like this. But that's not even it. That's not even it that's gonna make us cry, chat. Just watch.
Every newborn will receive a baby gift of $10,000. A MediSave grant of $5,000. And a child development account with an initial grant of $5,000 and a dollar-for-dollar matching grant of another $5,000. This is what you get at birth. Grant of another $5,000.
Look at that. 15, 25K. What's 25 SGD? So, kakapanganak mo pa lang, may milyonaryo na yung anak mo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Right?
$1,000.
Okay. You could see, I haven't heard of that side yet where Singapore, I did not see it in that way na masama siya, because the way I saw it is support for the family. Like the way I see it in the Philippines, ayaw natin mag-anak because napakahirap mag-anak dahil ang hirap sabayan ng gastos. Whereas in Singapore, the government will support your family. I did not see it in the way na yak kadiri, ginagamit ang mga babies para magkapera ang pamilya. Not at all, man. Because the context and the reality of my life is that I'm afraid to get a kid because I might not be able to afford a kid. And then in Singapore, have kids all you want because the government will support you. That's how I saw it. I didn't see it in the way Steffi did, to be quite fair.
This is what you get at birth. But the support will not stop there. Every child will continue to get annual child credits of $2,000 every year from age 1 all the way to age 16.
I like the way he talks. Yung pagka-dynamic ng bosses niya. But it will not stop there.
They will also get EduSave top-ups every year in primary and also in secondary school. And at 17, they will get a further top-up of $10,000 into their post-secondary education account. So we will give first-timer families applying for a new flat one additional ballot chance for every child they have or are expecting.
Well, I suppose in Singapore, one of the strongest passports in the world because of how morally intact their people are, I would like to think that the money will go to where it should go. In that case, hindi dito sa Pilipinas, 'di ba, na parang kapag bibigyan ng pera, parents lang gagamit niyan. We're talking about Singaporeans here. Right? They have the capacity to think beyond their own selfish reasons. So, take that as you will. 'Di ba, Steffi?
This will significantly improve their chances of getting a flat. So the more children you have, the more ballot chances you will receive. These days,
I see how that can be misconstrued.
The more ballot chances you will...
Parang, sige, mag-anak kayo so that you can get a chance to get the flat. But I kind of, with Singapore's reputation, I don't think it will be in them to make babies just because they have selfish reasons to do so. I think genuinely the government is supporting families. Right? If you have more children, mas kakailanganin nyo ng bahay. So, we will increase your chances of getting a house. Am I dumb? Am I just being sold this marketing thing and I'm not seeing the true picture? Because that's how I see it. Is there something more evil that I'm not seeing? Because I don't think Singaporeans are gonna abuse this. Of all people, really? Singaporeans? Nah. Singaporeans are gonna make good use of this, not, be crappy with their choices. Pag unrestricted, paid to parents. Pag managed under child's name but managed by parents, it cannot be spent. Oh yeah, of course. Singapore is the most expensive. Second most expensive, by the way, pagdating sa kuryente. Number 1 pa rin Philippines. I think you can't have I think even with the car, parang pag 5 years old na yata yung kotse mo. I don't remember if this is still accurate. You can't have a car older than 5 years. You're gonna be forced to let go of it. That's why cars are very expensive in Singapore. I mean, of course, Romeo. Syempre naman. I'm not talking about, like, they're not saints. Not everybody there's saint. Right? And of course, there is an ugly side to Singapore. There is a part of Singapore where the population density is so bad that they're considered outcasts of society. Are they not going to make good? Are they not going to use this to their own advantage? Perhaps, because their life circumstances might force them to do things that, are not socially or ethically acceptable. So there will be outliers, but it's not going to be the norm. Unlike, I suppose, with countries or developing nations like ourselves, our norm or what's average to us is very different compared to a wildly developed nation with a very strong sense of socialism. Diba?
Receive. These days, Singaporeans are marrying later. By the time they settle down, many are further along in their careers and earning more. So we will raise the income ceiling. For BTO flats, it will go up from $14,000 to $16,000. For executive condos, from $16,000 to $18,000.
That part I don't get. What's an income ceiling?
South of Jurong Island.
It isa pa to. Parang, nung nakita ko to, sobrang galing nito. This part of the presentation, my God, man, like, stop developing, stop getting better at what you're doing, because you're only gonna make things greater, man. When I saw this, they have islands apparently at the south. They're basically gonna reclaim more land and they're gonna make good of it.
It's another cluster of islands. There's Semakau, which houses our offshore landfill, Bukom, where our first refinery still operates, Pulau Sudong, and a few smaller islands here. Over the coming decades, we intend to merge several of these islands into one larger island, just as we did to create Jurong Island. Next to Sentosa, there is Pulau Brani.
Diba? Parang, oh my God. Singapore is now going to be no longer a one-island thing. It's going to be a multi-island nation.
And we have an opportunity to transform it once port operations move out. We can create entirely new attractions and experiences in Brani.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I know. Na parang nobody really owns property in Singapore. Everybody only owns it for 99 years. Parang ganon.
The more children you have, the more leave you will get.
Anyway, so cool. Also, let's not forget, we're watching a 3-minute summary. And, I mean, if there's anything to take away from what you said, chat, we don't really know Singapore. We're only looking at it from this 3-minute video. And we're also basing comparisons. Our comparisons are also based sa realities natin. So many things to look out after and consider. But for the most part, I'm just very jealous. I'm just very, very envious of what Singapore has. If you win a house in Singapore, is it yours? Is it yours or do you sell it? Sorry, is it yours or do you rent it? When you mean by when lottery? Singapore lottery. The housing lottery. People in Singapore often refer to applying for a new public building to order a flat from the house as winning a housing lottery. Demand heavily outpaces the supply of subsidized new flats, and applicants go through a computerized random balloting system to get a queue number for flat selection. Yeah, this is what I meant. So how do people live there? They rent? What's an MOP, mode of payment? Public housing in Singapore is heavily subsidized, and demand often vastly outstrips supply. The government uses a computerized random balloting system to distribute buying queue numbers. When a BTO sales exercise opens, applicants pick a specific project and flat type in an estate. Instead of a first-come, first-served basis, every eligible applicant enters a computerized ballot. To ensure the lottery remains accessible to the vast majority of Singaporeans amidst rising career trajectories, the household income ceilings were raised. Oh, right. So even if you're earning $18,000, you're still eligible to be a part of the lottery to live or to rent. To own or to rent? And by own, I mean 99 years. Yeah, I have to do some own reading to understand this. I think it's gonna eat up too much time in the chat if we learn this right now. To lease. So where do people live before that? To lease? It's a lottery to lease. Ito yung 99 years. Okay. After ng 99 years, babalik siya sa state for 0 SGD. So, ibebenta nila. Ano yung binibenta nila? Yung right to lease. Binibenta nila yung right to lease nila. Kasi may MOP. You have to live there for at least 5 years. Ganun. Yeah, there you go. Yung lease title. But then they have to live there for 5 years. And then where do they live after? That's my question now. Where do they live after? What is the conversion of 1 SGD to PHP? Oh, damn. Damn! Ah, so they just lease. Oh, because technically, they don't really want... They either rent again or hope na manalo ulit ng new lottery. I'll check it out after the stream. Because I think we're talking about 2 different topics now. Oh, so much to digest. If it's more than a minute, we ain't watching it.
I also have Ajay.
It's 20 minutes. Another Claygo issue. Painful to see. Makes sense. Yeah, I agree, Chilled Pusa. Claygo should be the norm. I'm not comfortable talking about baby trafficking here in the stream. Or at least going into detail about it. I think we're talking about outliers. And of course, there will always be outliers. But again, the norm in the Philippines is different from the norm in Singapore. Or the average human in the Philippines is different from the average person in Singapore. So to say that hindi mamasamain lang ng mga tao yung government benefits na binibigay sa kanila in Singapore is going to be very different from making that assumption here in the Philippines. So... You know what I mean? That's why I kind of don't want to go down that road. I'm more interested in knowing about the positives that this could bring than dig into how, hindi, abusuhin lang to ng mga Singaporeans kasi may mga gago at gago pa rin. Parang, I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about how this is positive and how we could learn something from it. Not how, we have positive announcements. Yeah, we're just gonna fuck it up. Or hindi, basuhin lang yan. Parang, ba't pa natin pinag-uusapan yung positive announcements kung dun din tayo pupunta? Like I wanna learn and I wanna unlearn how it could benefit us because we go through so much shit every day. I'm kind of just tired. Okay. Let's talk about this first, chat. Let's talk about something else. Let's leave that Singapore topic because it is, gonna be inevitably polarizing topic bilang yun na nga, ang reality natin dito sa Pilipinas, ibang-iba sa reality ng Singapore. And so, it's hard to separate ourselves from our emotions when it comes to talking about how things are in other places other than our own. Hirap din. So nagigets ko naman. Why are Filipinos so good at making foreigners feel welcome? Because historically, if we didn't, they tried to kill. This is good. Why are Filipinos so good at making foreigners feel welcome? Because historically, if we didn't, they tried to kill us. So it was either hospitality or hospitalization. Yo, there's a truth in this, I will say. There is a truth in this that's just cultural, passed on from generation to generation. Na nakalimutan na natin yung punot dulo nito. Our hospitality or our hospitable nature, I feel like didn't always come from good stories, right? Yeah, I'm sure there are outliers in other countries. In any country, right? There will always be bad elements or bad figures. That's why I want to look at the average, right? I want to look at the average human. The average human in the Philippines or the average Filipino is different from the average Singaporean in more than one way. Financially, mentally, ethically, career-wise. And so when you look at it that way, the tendency for abuse, percentage-wise, also falls compared to the average Filipino. So we're not trying to be naive. Like, we're the last. I mean, you chat, me, as a stream, when we talk about things, we're the last kind of people from being naive. Sometimes we find ourselves too nuanced. We can't even make a decision anymore. Or sobrang on the fence na lang natin parate. Well, that's us. That's who we are as a stream, as a chat. And so we're not being naive. It's more of the direction we want to steer the ship to when talking about certain topics. And just to be clear, for that topic, I was hoping that we could steer the ship in the direction of aspiration. Not necessarily overly praising and making sure that, Singaporeans are gods and saints. No. Just that direction of aspiration. So talking about such positive news for a country who's doing well and leading their, population into the right direction, and then all of a sudden, hindi, may problema yan. We can't be naive. It's, definitely aabusuhin yan. It kind of just sours the entire idea of aspiring or being inspired even. That's why I didn't want to go too deep into it. But to call the chat or to call everybody or to consider ourselves even naive, malayo tayo dun. We're not, like, we try our best to always gather as much information as we can. Given our limited resources, our limited knowledge, 'Di ba? Boy Google nga tayo, or I ask you, right? All the time. So, being naive, I don't think is a fair thing to say. Do we want to live like Singaporeans? Tough to say. Again, one of the things I mentioned earlier about the negatives of being a Singaporean is the toxic work culture. Aren't they one of the most overworked people? Yun lang. Pinagkaiba kung sa Pilipino, overworked, iba ang outcome. Sa Singapore, iba rin ang outcome. But they do have a toxic work culture, if I'm not mistaken. It's very competitive there as well. Because nga sobrang developed nila, and they are reaping the benefits of what they sow. It's the competition there is borderline unhealthy already. So it depends. Is that the kind of life I want? Maybe. Because it's between that or being competitive here pero walang mangyayari, diba? Yeah. Are they a standard of living we should strive for? I would say yeah. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I mean, do we want to have the same benefits as the average Singaporean? Hell yeah. Ask anybody, would they want to have the same benefits as the average Filipino? I don't think so. Yeah, that's true. For the most part, every place has pros and cons. That's true. Like, I understand how we should be wary and how we should always look after ourselves, and always look at the part where things can go wrong. I get that, totally do, because we have to look out after all contingencies. That's a fair thing to say. That's a fair thing to live by. I think it's finding the balance, right, between appreciating and always looking over my shoulder. Because if I'm always looking over my shoulder, how can I look forward and make things better for myself? It should be, as with many things in life, balance lang talaga. Okay, I said what I said. Again, everything a balance, right? Most things have nuance, and we should always consider nuances. Not weigh one more than the other until we have enough information to make an informed decision upon. So yeah, good to look at the pros, good to look at the cons. No! Oh, no! Okay, at least sumayaw lang yung dog, because yeah, I was thinking the dog was gonna do something else to the leg of the girl. But that's so funny. The dog copied them. I don't think it's even their dog. Walang kwelyo. Yo! Is it their dog? It doesn't look like it's their dog. Aww. And then the dog just walks out. Hell yeah! Galing ng timing ng aso. May hina kung ako yan magte-twerk battle kami. Go. The comment section really is the experience, huh? Ayaw nyo tong Chicago ko? What? Okay, we can't look at it. I think she's just in her underwear there. Masasabal ka talaga dyan, Ryan. What's this? Yo, ka-gym ko to. This guy goes to the same gym I go to. This guy? This guy goes to the same gym I go to, chat. Si Gladys parang walang hindi kayang gawin. Umaarte, nagdidirect, nagsusulat. Sabi ni Ryan, nagluluto, dinuguan. Huh? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes, si Ryan Bang, ka-gym ko. Oh my God! Oh my God, yeah! Oh my God, yeah! I don't think Ryan Bang knows. Ang random of all the things na pwedeng sabihin ni Ryan Bang na putahe, yung bawal pa sa religion ni Gladys. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yari ka sa mga... Oh my God. Ngayon ko lang nalaman na INC si Gladys. Obvious na aware si Ryan. Inside joke yun. Looks scripted. You think it's scripted? No, they won't make that joke. INC won't allow for that joke to be made. Much less Gladys, if Gladys is a important figure in their religion. No, bruh. Bruh. Yeah, we aren't research first. We're commentary for the most part. And then unless we dive deep, we're gonna keep reactions to a surface level. For the most part, Blue Arrow.
Mula nang mabiyuda sa tatlo kong papa, pati maging ama, ay pinapilan ko na.
No. The things that will get us banned. I won't play that video anymore. Alam pala ni LJ to na una niya pang makita. I'm sorry. Nabagsakan ng meteor.
Wala siyang hindi kayang gawin eh. Lahat ginagawa. Umaarte, nagdidirect pa yan. Nagsusulat.
Nagluluto.
Ha?
Nagluluto
lang.
Oh yes, nagluluto.
Pero parang masasawa ko rin yun eh.
Dinuguan.
Ako, slight lang.
Dinuguan. Tapos ngayon,
Okay, I feel like alam niya. I feel like alam niya pero hindi niya alam gaano ka-serious yung joke. Or gaano ka-serious yun. Like I feel like for Ryan, maybe it's, you know, ano lang. Casual joke. Like that's thrown around. Yeah, yun na nga, di ba? It's thrown around lang. It's a joke, a casual joke that's thrown around, no real repercussions, it's nothing serious. But of course, for INC, it's not a light joke. In the same way that you can't make the same jokes towards Islam, right? Like that's why Chad, if you think about it, sobrang forgiving ng Christianity. Because of the number of jokes and memes we see on the internet. And it's not a good or bad thing. It's just that Christians or Catholics care much less about those jokes and treat it less serious compared to other religions. Like, crazy.
Dinuguan. Tapos ngayon, singer-songwriter na.
Yes, why not?
Di ba? Gladys, ano motivation mo? At ikaw ay Singing era mo na ngayon.
Singing era, pero
I don't think he knew. I don't think that this guy knew. I don't think that Ryan Bang knew. I just thought, again, feeling ko ang alam niya it's a light joke. It's just thrown casually. So nung sinabi, akala niya siguro sobrang funny na sasabihin niya on air on national television, and then he says it, gets cooked. Oh yeah, that is crazy to say. Hindi lahat ng pinagpala ay masaya. Pala ang tawag dito, 'di ba? Shovel.
Pero bakla ikaw makapag-ambag? Bakla, pag inuman ang bagal, libre ka lang lagi dito. Wala kang face card, ha? Your face card is always declined. Ha? Hindi. Oh, sorry, always.
I love it when people get aggressive and just start flashing the bird. Do you like dinuguan? No. Never ko na-appreciate ang dinuguan kasi parang bata pa lang ako. Tinakot na ako sa concept ng dinuguan kung saan ito ginawa. And so hindi siya ever naging appetizing for me growing up. No, not even with puto. Will I try it? Sure, I will. Will I end up liking it? I don't think so. But yeah, that's my relationship with dinuguan. It was never presented to me in an appetizing way or talked about in a way that's encouraging. Pag pinag-uusapan sa amin yung dinuguan, it was always about how gawa ito sa dugo. Even yung mukhang meat, dugo rin daw yun. I think that's true. And so, no one in the family really was like, oh, let's go, let's eat dinuguan. Excited ako. And parang as a kid, normally, di ba, kokopehin mo lang naman yung mga nakatatanda around you eh. Or you'll heed their advice. You'll do what they're doing. Yeah, so nobody in our family really ate dinuguan. And I didn't learn to eat it either. I'm sure masarap ang dinuguan. Like, it's just something I never learned how to eat. Chicken chocolate oatmeal. Akala ko takot ka lang sa color kasi may adobong pusit. Hindi rin. Hindi sa kulay. I think it's just the growing up or yung relationship ko sa dinuguan. Pero having said that, ang mahilig sa dinuguan, yung ate ko. For some reason, trip na trip ni Ate Siben ng dinuguan. I'm not sure if pati yung dad ko, but I know Ate Siben likes dinuguan. The same way Ate Siben likes isaw. Gusto niya rin nung Adidas. Lahat kinakain ni Ate Siben. Me not so much. I can eat it, but will I eat it if I want? Hahanapin ko ba siya? Hindi. My friends love isaw though. Pero sobrang trip nila. They always eat it. Me, di ko lang nakasanayan. Kapag may dinuguan sa hangout, come on, JR, just go! Let's see. Are INC allowed to cook pork? Yeah, allowed to cook and eat pork. Ooh, do we have No. It's the blood. While pork itself is permitted, INC members are strictly forbidden from consuming blood in any form. There you go. Because pork meat itself is clean and lawful for them to handle and eat, preparing or cooking pork dishes, even for non-INC members, is entirely permitted. Is cooking or preparing blood dominant dishes permitted for INC members. They won't eat it, just prepare it. Let's see. Bawal din. Bawal din. Again, this is AI mode. This is an AI overview, so we don't really get factual answers. So take this with a grain of salt. I don't think blood transfusion is consumption. I think blood transfusion should be fine. How about blood transfusion? Yeah. Yeah, eating yung hindi pwede. No. Bakit may ganyan? Mayang baon ko, ba't mo naman ginawang parcel? Gosh. Pet peeve ko to. Kapag gravy or sauce, tas paikot-ikot yung tape, bruh, and then di mo mahanap kung saan nagtatapos yung tape. Or pag mahanap mo yung tape, tas you'll peel it off. Pag peel off mo, masisira mo yung buong container. Bruh, that's the worst. Yeah, consuming blood yata yung magiging keyword dito. Oh, okay. Before we end tonight's stream, I forgot. Chat. Waldas Wednesday. So let's play a game. Let's play a guessing game. If you guess what is inside this parcel, I will send the same item to wherever you are, basta nasa Pilipinas kayo. Okay? Okay? Hey, that's part of the rules. That's part of the game. It definitely has to be obscure. Definitely has to be a challenge. Otherwise, it's gonna be too much of an easy prize. But, here, chat. I will give you more time today. I will give you not 1, but 1.5 minutes to guess what this is. Are you ready, chat? Okay, are you ready? Yes or no questions only. You can begin asking now. I'll start the time when I see the first yes or no question. Walang clue. Yes or no lang. Yes or no until you guess it. Okay? So you can start the questions. Is it hard? No. iPhone 17 Pro Max? What? Levy, you got it in 1 go? No, you're wrong. Edible? No. That's ito pa yung song, no? Repeat order item? No. Ooh. Found inside the house? Yes. With batteries? No. Kusina? No. Sinusuot? No. Dining area? No. Stream room? No. Gamit sa bahay? No. Made of steel? No. Sa bathroom? No. Perfume? No. Gym equipment? No. I like this song. Lysol disinfectant spray? Nope. Pinipisil? Yes. Nasa bedroom, yes. Do you use it daily? Yes. For travel, no. Do you use it weekly? No. Do you use it hourly? No. I don't know, chat. When are you ever gonna win this game? You won it once before. Unfortunately, never claim yung prize. I think you've won it more than once. I think twice na rin yata. Yeah. Alright, so the item. I did want to give a clue, pero masyadong magiging madali if binigay ko yung clue na to. Alright, if I gave you this clue, would you guess it? If I gave you this clue, napag-usapan natin siya in a very recent stream. Would you have guessed it? I don't think so. And it's hard to answer. Nahanap siya sa bedroom, yes. Sa kusina, hindi. Gamit sa bahay, no. Pero nahanap sa bahay, yes. Okay, chat. Chat, you missed out. You missed out on a banger. We were talking about this in a stream not too long ago. I present to you hand lotion. So remember I told you the other day how nagda-dry yung fingers ko because of all the cleaning, washing, and how in the gym I also put on chalk sa hands ko. So I found an inexpensive hand cream. I would say that compared to the specialized hand creams out there na maliliit na tubes lang, super hydrating, and then mahal. If I told you ginagamit to sa travel, it will confuse you more. To be fair, hindi kasi tayo naglalagay ng pwede. It's only yes or no. If I told you this was in the bathroom, it will also confuse you some more. Diba? Like if I said pwede, o di yun. Kaya no na. Pwede ko sabihin. So next time may pwede na. Yes, no, pwede. Confusing kasi minsan yung pwede. After maligo, lagay ka agad, no? That's why I said yes sa bedroom. Because normally you put on hand cream when you're not gonna touch anything else anymore. Right? Yeah, it's hard to say na gagamitin sa travel. If you're gonna travel with, like, if I say ginagamit to travel, your mind will totally go in a different direction. Yeah, sa kwarto. I don't know if it's gonna be effective, Ron. I'm not looking out for kalyo. Like, honestly, I love na love ko yung kalyo ko. Ayan, may kalyo na nga ako pati dito eh. I feel like ang kalyo chat badge of honor yan. Kaya, nang-judge ako eh. Nang-judge ako kapag, kunyari, may shake hands ako. Tapos soft yung hands. I mean, chat, by no means are we working laborious jobs, but I mean, all I can say is if you have soft hands, I might judge you a little. Okay? I might judge you a little. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is effective pagdating sa kalyo, but what I'm really just after is not having cracked fingertips. Because sobrang sakit din nun kapag cracked yung fingertips or yung corners nung nail. Yeah. Acceptable naman. Acceptable. Like, I'm not judge you a little, but we don't really judge people. You know what I mean? Come on, JR, show yourself. Judger ng hands ng principal pag graduation na. Gagraduate ka na nga lang no? Judge mo pa yung principal. Ay, soft hands. Yeah, be proud of your kalyo. Because also, the reward is that you get to peel it off. I'm pretty sure pwede sa feet. If pwede sa hands, pwede sa feet. And then it's non-grease. I don't care so much about the making the nails stronger. But really what I'm looking for is something, it's lotion specifically meant for the hands and something that's inexpensive. I think wala pa tong 200. Magkano to? Yeah, wala pa tong 200. Hindi naman ako malakas dito. It'll take me quite some time to finish it. This one cost... Never mind, it's 300. 305. But it's gonna last forever. It's gonna last me a few months. So at maybe... If I'm looking... Let's do some boy math here. It's 300 pesos, right? And if it takes us 3 months to finish this, then that's only 100 pesos per month. Not bad. Not bad. Versus yung mga ibang hand cream na nakikita ko na talagang for the hands and specialized siya. It's probably a third of the size but more than double the price. So, I'm happy with this one actually. Di ko rin alam kung ba't marami yung bubble wrap. I guess it's just SOP for them. Okay. How about you, chat? What did you spend your money on this week? What's up, no one? Payday sale. No, it wasn't payday sale. It will be in a few days, but how about you, chat? What did you spend your money on? Anong pinagwaldasan nyo this week? Hi, Spolstra. Anong pinaggastasan ninyo? Spolstra, no one, Allison. What did you all spend your money on this week? That is nuts, JR. As in yung ano? Yung inaano, like yung hand and foot care mo, like foot spa and hand spa? Dang, JR. That's I mean, honestly, that's admirable. That is a lot of essential oils. Ano yung Waldas mo, LJ? Xiaomi tablet? That's a W. That's a W, Ron. Let's bow down to our Chinese overlords, right? I'm deep into the Xiaomi ecosystem. Wow. Like, what I'm more impressed by, JR, is how fast you grow your nails. If you're having your hand and foot care twice a week, how fast do your nails grow, bruh? Like, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I probably cut my toenails twice a month. My toenails don't grow quite as fast. My my fingernails grow. I cut them maybe once a week. But my toenails, they don't grow fast at all, man. I don't know if it's that's just me. What are you... Oh, sakit palitan yan, Ron. Napakamahal ng laptop at ng PC. No one spent cat food this week. As in, no one here on TikTok. There you go, no one down there. Wendy's Frosty, Xbox. What flavor did you get? If you say any other flavor than chocolate, I will argue that you wasted your money. There's only one Wendy's Frosty. Okay? There is only one Wendy's Frosty. And it's in this flavor. Yan, tama, Xbox. Bills. Oh, shit. Speaking of, sobrang bad trip. So Globe does this thing where if you pay your bills late, you incur a 50 peso charge. Guess who incurred the 50 peso charge? Guess who's 50 pesos poorer? Guess whose fault it is for paying late? Yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't know the first thing about it, JR. I'm sure you would. Pagdating sa hand and foot care. You might judge me. My feet are horrible. Yeah, Ron. What laptop are you looking at? Saan kayo kumain? Red Palace? Okay. So, we're gonna unbox one more thing. We're not gonna play a guessing game this time. Because I don't want you to unsub or not become a member. But we're gonna unbox one more thing here, chat. No more guessing game this time. Unless you want. Yo, no one, if that's true, lipat ka dito. Lipat ka dito sa YouTube. Up until then, hindi ako maniniwala na totoo yung sinasabi mo, no one. My username on YouTube is CI Benipayo. Actually, we're about to end the stream tonight. Hey Meraki, yan yung username ko sa YouTube. Live din ako dito. You come over here, magkita-kita tayo dito. Before we end tonight's stream, I hope you can all come here. Just visit YouTube, give it a shot. You might like it. The chat here is friendly. And you might want to hang out here. Oh my God. Graphics card versus power supply, LJ. Ang sakit. Yeah, Meraki, come over here. I know for a fact, Meraki, that you became a member last time. My question is, are you gonna become a member tonight? Or are you still a member, Meraki? I know you, Meraki. You gave a picture, right? You gave a picture of yourself wearing all black. And then we posted it at the back of the stream room. Remember? I remember you, Meraki. Alright, chat. Let's unbox this one. So yeah, no one, I will not believe you until you move on over here to YouTube. Ron, naghahanap ka ng maraming, diba? Ng maraming bubble wrap. Look at this. It's an entire bag of nothing. And then you have more shock absorbers. More bubble wrap. And then, of course, my coffee. Huh? Oh no! Oh no! Nag-leak yung coffee. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, at least we have proof. Alright, at least we have proof. Pwede natin ipadala to sa sa kung saan natin pinag-orderan. Diba? Oh no, bro. The question is which coffee yung nag-leak. Grabe naman sa karma. Okay, ito na yung cereals natin. Yung iced tea. And then more coffee. I've never actually tried this, chat. This is pretty cool. I think it's iced coffee sachets meant to be cold. Add cold water or milk. Add ice, roast, stir. Oh, I wonder how different this is compared to your instant coffee. Or is this just a rebrand? Pero yung lasa parehas pa rin. Still bad. I mean, to be fair, how good can instant coffee be, right? It's instant coffee. Wala akong Nescafe collab, Ron. Ang meron ko, Kopiko collab. So I can't wait for Kopiko because I'm pretty sure Kopiko is gonna be an amazing brand to work with. So Kopiko, yes. Nescafe, no. Okay, so as you can see, we ordered quite a number of sachets here. Salamat. Salamat, May. Alright, wala nang lilipat. Wala nang lilipat dito sa YouTube. We're gonna wrap our stream up. Magbababay sana tayo. Magbababay sana tayo sa isa't isa ng maayos dito sa YouTube. Last chance to move over. Midnight, May, Xbox, Meraki, Pineapple. Is this pineapple? Lemon? Cucumber lemon? Cedric. Lipat na kayo. We're gonna wrap the stream up already. Yeah. Kopiko's good. They've been around for quite some time. About as long as Nescafe has been in the Philippines, I think. Yeah, super kapit. Okay, chat. So, don't forget, our stream tomorrow will be pretty early, 4 p.m. Because I do have to attend an event in the evening, and it was the only favorable time slot. So we will be live 4 p.m. Might as well explore that time slot as well. I'll be attending an event at 8 p.m. And it's going to be all the way in Makati. That means I have to leave here by about 6 just to account for that 2 hours. The other option was to attend at 4 or 6 p.m. Either way, I'm gonna not be able to stream properly if I attend at those time slots. It's gonna be traffic. It's gonna be hell. Traffic's gonna be hell. Gonna be too tired. So 8 p.m. would be better. Yeah. And ito, dulong Makati to, not Makati closer to the north. It's Makati closer to the south. Okay. So I want to give a huge shout out to Volt for becoming a sub here on Twitch. I appreciate it, Volt. 11 months of being subbed here on Twitch. Huge shout out also to the following people who made tonight's stream a little extra special. We have Romeo, JR, LJ Biels, Levy, TJ, Steffi, June, Efemeros, and Miguel. Okay, magkita-kita tayo bukas, 4 p.m. I'll be live again. I'll see you also on Sunday para sa ating hangout happening in Eastwood. More details in the Discord. Forums will be open leading up to the day itself. Okay? Tulog na tayong lahat. Late na pala. Nag-1 a.m. na rin. 1:30! Oh my God. Good night, chat. Bye-bye.